Welcome to the EST Hangout.
This is the EST Hangout, and today's guests are... Welcome to the Thursday edition of the EST Hangout. Tom Gazzola, Jolene Latimer from The Score, and Jasmine Sidhu as we roll along on what's been an interesting and fun week. I'm wearing pants today.
I missed the shorts.
Oh, you don't want it.
I think I was
No,
spared.
you don't.
I was spared. I was spared the shorts.
You better be starting.
Sounds, yeah.
Just kidding. Poor Tommy.
They're
Just get your
fine
roasted.
shorts. They're
That's not
golf
what I
shorts,
heard.
and oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
They were grandpa shorts, and they got turned into sexy shorts for some reason.
I'll take it. All gas, no brakes.
Unreal, by the way. Unreal.
That was so good.
So good. I was like sitting in my car. I was running late because I was still like, vibing to the beat.
You were vibing. You liked it.
It's so good.
Jolene, did you catch any of it on your way in today?
I caught All Gas No Break live.
Live. You got
caught it
the
live.
legit
It was
OG
great.
performance.
And it is a catchy hook.
I know.
I still know what it sounds like having only heard it live.
Well, you
but
were
I need to hear the
yelling
studio version.
All gas, no brakes the loudest in that theater.
Absolutely was. Yeah.
Josh Clausen and I can't believe I'm going to say this. Ice Cube. the
Best
artist.
name, right?
Oh, no.
AKA Zach Decum, AKA Zach Kubish, producer extraordinaire, right here at EST on EST Afternoons and, of course, the Reed Wilkins Show. All right, let's start with Hangout headlines brought to you by the Ranch Golf and Country Club, offering premier conditions, top-notch service, and unmatched value. The Ranch shutting it down for the season on October 20th. Hard stop. Hopefully we get a few nice days in there. A little chillier today, but the last two have been good. All right, what's on your mind? I know, Jolene, you always have a list of things you want to get to. We got to some of Jasmine's list. It's all you guys today. Let's roll with it. Where do you want to start? Because lots going on in the world of sports.
Oh, I always give you like a 100-word text, like missive.
That's my pre-planning. When you text it, really, I'm like, that's all great. Let's do
I'm
it.
always like typing it out. I'm like, why am I like this? Why am I doing this? I should just not tell him all these things, but then I do.
But like Jasmine, proper preparation prevents poor performance or piss poor performance.
Right. Exactly.
That's good.
Yeah. I should have learned that in high school.
The thing that was on the top of my list, I don't know if you guys have talked about this because it's already happened a little bit.
What?
But I wanted to discuss it with you, is the PWHL names and logos.
Okay.
Have you guys talked about this?
We did when they were unveiled, but we didn't like deep dive.
Okay.
What?
Well, I'm just curious because we haven't caught up for a while. Like, do you like them or which ones do you like?
Well,
and same with you, Jen.
Yeah, he's the guy to ask.
Yeah,
For sure.
Lieutenant Eric had them on his rankings of power. I think the Boston one was the favorite because of the different layers to it.
Okay.
And
all
the
right.
subtexture, and it kind of has like, if you flip it around, it looks like the Hartford Whalers.
It does.
Yeah, so I think that is a subtle, sneaky, good nod.
You liked that? I didn't like that.
You
about
didn't
it.
like?
No.
I love that they can't let go of the whale, the mighty whale. So it's, I don't know. There's that bit of nostalgia, and like every time I see Hartford Whalers stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, Hartford. Nobody ever cared about them.
Yeah, I was disappointed with that. The only one that I like is the Victoire, the Montreal Victoire.
Montreal Victoire.
But a lot of people don't like that one because it's so vague. Because
Montreal's-
what does Victoire mean? It means like win, but yeah.
Montreal wins,
yeah.
right? Like essentially.
Yeah, like the Victoire. I don't know. Yeah.
Ottawa's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, really bad.
How did that happen? How did?
But not a good graphic. I've got a great graphic designer. His name's Tube Socks, and he would have done a million times better job.
Yeah, and then I guess Toronto. It feels a little bit like a Catholic high school, which I don't really like. It just looks.
Yeah, what are they? The
Scepters.
Scepters, yeah, and the New York Sirens.
That logo is cool, but it looks like a basketball logo.
Yeah, that's right. It
Yeah.
does. Jasmine's catching up. You saw them, but you're just getting the deep dive
I'm
on.
just looking at them.
Yeah.
I've seen these like on social media, and it's the Ottawa Charge.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Or the
What's the
Cavaliers
Calgary
slash
Flames?
Flames.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Ew.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
So I guess as we await, because we're not going to, their season's not supposed to kick off till late November.
Right.
Still waiting on dates for that. So we just have this like weird dead period where we just have to sit with these logos that I feel like there's a lot of question marks about the logos.
As there should be.
Yeah, and I've been.
Okay, what's eating at you about the logos?
What's eating at me is that everything the PWHL has done so far has been like good. They haven't really made a misstep. And the logos were such a big deal. And, I wish they would have taken their time to get it right. But they said that they wanted to get jerseys out before the season started for the second season. So, it makes sense. They need that income. So I understand why they rushed it, but it does feel rushed. I just feel like it's the first big misstep.
Are you worried?
Well, there's a thread of worry.
Okay.
But I feel like we could recover from like a bad. You could redo a logo, or you could make like a third jersey or something. But you can't recover from a bad name.
True.
Name is hard to recover from.
Right.
Yeah.
The names were new too. Sorry.
Everything, because last year it was just like Winnipeg, Ottawa, or pardon me, not Winnipeg, Ottawa, Toronto, Boston, Minnesota, Montreal. Like there were no. It was just the city name.
I see that Peace Collective made it.
No, they joined with like what's it called? Like a place out of an advertising agency out of New York. I think it was called like Little Flowers. I can't remember what the name of it was. But yeah, I looked into that because I was like, who helped with these? It doesn't worry me because I feel like there's enough support for women's hockey that it shouldn't be a problem, even if there's like a wonky name here and there. But it does disappoint me a little bit. I'm curious if people are going to kind of just like stick with the city names after all.
They can't because every team had the league logo on their chest.
It was too much. It was very wordy.
It was wordy.
Yeah.
I'm looking at them again.
Me too.
Yeah. What do you think, Jasmine? Because Jasmine, you're very much into style, the culture of sport. This is something that I'm curious.
You haven't noticed.
Yes.
Or guessed not yet.
Yeah. What stands out to you?
You came in here. You looked very classy.
Oh, thank you. I was just saying to these guys, because whatever I wore yesterday, I was getting ripped at work, so I thought I'd...
No, it worked well with Quinn's look, too. Right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yes, it worked. It's, we were telepathic in that sense. The Boston Fleet, you guys just spoke about that.
Yeah.
I like it. But why is it so similar to this Frost?
The Frost. Why would they name a hockey team Frost? It sounds like a Disney Channel movie.
Yeah.
I like
Fleet,
the PWHL.
Though. It's a delivery company.
Yeah, well, Fleet, like of military boats and stuff like
an
that.
Armada.
An Armada, yeah. The Frost logo, I'm just going to say this. It's an F that has like icicles at the bottom. If you've ever seen the Rick and Morty, wherever Ice Cube is in it.
I haven't seen that, but...
It looks like Ice Cube, but an F.
Oh, that's such a shame.
Yeah.
I feel bad ripping on them because I do want to support women's hockey. And I actually really like the PWHL.
Yeah.
I've covered a few games. I went to the first playoff game in Toronto. So I think it's great.
I still think, like, despite some bad logos and weird names, like, the league will still do.
The league's going to be fine.
They have great backing. Which team? It's Toronto actually moved away from Maple Leaf Gardens, Matt Nemi Homes.
Yeah, now they're wherever they're at Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola, which is to be Ricoh Coliseum. It's where the Marlies play.
Yes.
So that's a step up.
It is a step up.
So I think that's a good sign. That to me is a better indicator than a bad logo.
We can recover from the bad logos.
Absolutely.
I feel like the Scepters might have. It's awkward because it has a silent C. It's very hard to say.
It is. I didn't want to say it. I'm like, I'm not even talking about that one. I'm just kidding.
I feel like that's
a bad logo too.
It's not great.
Yeah, it is.
There could be something cool though with like merch, like a Scepter. There could be some cool Scepter merch. I think.
Drink from a Scepter, like a beer bat.
Yeah.
Right.
The Siren's name I like, but the logo is so tacky.
You think the logo's tacky? Okay, yeah. I thought the logo was okay.
It's cool. Like I like the vibrations,
Yeah.
but it's just can be better. It just seems so basic. Like I can make it.
I felt so blonde because for the first 2 weeks after I heard that logo, I thought that sirens they meant like the mythical creature, and then I realized, oh my god, it's sirens, like the Sirens of New York.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why like the logo has like the vibration in it, like around the S's. I'm just an idiot. I didn't see that.
No, you're not an idiot. I actually thought of the first thing I thought of when I heard New York Sirens. I thought of the show What We Do in the Shadows. I don't know if you've seen it. It's on FX.
No.
It's a knockoff mockumentary vampire show.
Oh.
And one of the characters falls in love with a siren, and I'm like,
exactly.
oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, we named a hockey team, like a women's hockey team, something about women's sexuality. It just seems like weird. But no, it's sirens, like the sound.
The sirens and the streets of New York, which are nonstop. Nonstop.
Yeah.
What do you think of Montreal, Jasmine? I'm curious to know because like there's some subtle things in there where it's like it's
ugly.
Oh.
That's the only one I gave an A to.
I don't like it.
Wow.
I don't like the
Go on.
colors. They should be a little brighter. They're
Okay.
dull.
That's fine. They can adjust the colors.
I mean, coming from like NFL jerseys and even like NHL jerseys that have now indigos and such, this is dulling it down. It's going backwards for me. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
What's an indigo?
Like the greens, like the Seahawks have the green, the Dallas Stars have that indigo green, or like the Broncos get the
Yeah.
the orange.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That would have been cool to go in that direction.
Yeah, I'm just, it's funny because you asked me Montreal and I'm like, what? Where's my, I'm like, oh, this Victory. What is
Victoire.
it? Victoire.
Means
Yeah.
Victory. What is
It's
it?
win in French.
Win in French.
Yes.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Yeah, it's a little ambiguous.
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be a hater.
No, it's
No.
fine.
But like the Sirens colors are nice. They got it
Yeah,
down there.
yeah.
Just the logo couldn't be better. Frost and
I'm looking at them as first gen. I hope that's how the league's looking at them too. As first gen, like,
Yeah.
we'll keep iterating on it. That's one thing I like about them is that they've been very open to just getting something out there and then revisiting it down the road.
Yep.
So and that's a great way to start. Not getting too locked into anything, experimenting.
This is where the secondary logo comes into play, and you design a better one, and then eventually you replace it and get new uniforms, and that means money.
Exactly. So these could become collector items. These first gen uniforms.
Right.
Yeah. Might have to pick one up even though I don't like them.
What team tickles your fancy?
Oh, well, I feel like I can't pick one because I technically cover the league.
Yes. You're very, very impartial.
Yeah, I have to be agnostic.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were to get one for someone, which one would it be?
I've bought league merch. I hope all teams have fun.
Who are you, Rob Lowe all of a sudden?
I know.
Or
Yeah.
Dusty?
Or
wears
Tommy.
CFL
Mr.
Yeah.
No, we. Yeah.
No, we.
No, we.
I don't know. I feel like I know Minnesota and Toronto best. I've done the most stories on those two teams.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are the ones I tend to pay most
So
attention
you're picking between the Scepters and the Frost.
I'm not picking either one of those. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
okay.
the Montreal logo's kind of cool. I disagree with you on it.
No, go
But
for
I
it.
respect your opinion.
Yeah.
but I would like maybe wear that if I ever wore a logo, but I'm not gonna wear one. Yeah.
True journalist.
I will say the merch, like the t-shirts and such, I was just like scrolling through here.
Yeah.
They're really nice. The rest of the stuff's pretty good.
Yeah, the merch is cool actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like the vintage '90s style T-shirts. Yeah, those are cool. Yeah.
I have not seen this. I need to. What else do you like about Jasmine? Because I'm always curious to hear your thoughts on merch, team style, all that stuff. Obviously.
Honestly, overall, it's very basic. This is a very basic brand or branding. I think it can be much better. I'm quite surprised actually because I recognize the Ottawa Charge one from online, as I mentioned. But when I'm looking at these other ones, I'm like, am I even on the right site?
Yeah. Are you gonna? Do you think? Would you buy any of the merch or like the merch maybe?
I would buy the t-shirts
Okay.
because they are nice. Like I said, there's some brands there. Like there's Bauer, Peace Collective, which I have a couple of things from there. Line Change.
Okay.
But even though there's a Barbie collection, let me dip into that for a second. No.
Question.
That's a no.
No, the Barbie
Okay.
collection is a no.
Have you been particularly drawn to any team in the PWHL?
No, but
Okay. You're looking for one. You're
yeah,
open.
just
Okay.
like I'm trying to get to CFL, I'll get into the PWHL
Okay.
because it's on TV. It's
Yeah.
on the background. I throw it on for
Yeah,
sure.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm interested to see once the season kicks off, which team you like if it's Toronto or if there's just another team that I don't know.
I'm gonna. You know what? Because you challenged me in this event, you got it.
You're gonna pick a team.
I'm gonna pick a team, and I'm gonna watch some scrap. The women's scrap, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Okay, let's go.
They have open assists in this league, so
Okay.
that's cool.
I think they should let them just have full contact. That's one thing I think that should be allowed.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of contact.
I know
in
it
this.
gets a little rough, but
Yeah.
just let there be body contact.
I think they want that too.
Yeah.
Once you talk to them, a lot of women seem to want that.
yeah, and
I bet more than men, to be honest.
well,
And-
they're feisty.
They do get scrappy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think part of not allowing body contact, I just think they should be allowed to hit in the games.
So in the PWHL, it's probably the league with the most hitting out of any women's league so far.
Yeah.
But one thing that they've been saying is difficult is reffing that, and so women are even just kind of not inclined to to hit because they don't know what they're going to get called on.
Right.
Because
Yeah, exactly. It's so ambiguous, right?
It is really ambiguous.
Yeah.
The refs don't really know what they're what the rules are. So I think they had some meetings. They did have some meetings over the summer.
Full contact.
Yeah, they're going to try to like just make that a little bit more clear for both the refs and the players, because that's been a problem.
All right, we've got some texts here that have come in regard to the PWHL. Jolene is bringing up the PWHL logos and branding. It's a thing. We're waiting for more news from the PWHL. We're waiting for the schedule.
Yeah,
Okay.
can't wait for the schedule.
One of the unique things, though, is picking your opponent in the playoffs. I was like, you got to be kidding me. That's unreal.
I know. It's interesting how that went this year, because
Explain, please.
so basically, like, yeah, whoever qualified this year, whoever qualified for the playoffs, if the top ranking team got to pick who their opponent was for the first round. So the interesting thing is, so Toronto picked Minnesota, and Minnesota only got like less than 24 hours notice for when they had to be in Toronto.
Fly out,
Yeah.
get ready,
Yeah.
book everything. That's tough. See, the logistics is
They really
tricky.
didn't. They really didn't like that. I kind of liked that, because then it turned into Amazing Race on top of hockey, which was great. So I think one of the reasons Toronto, well, I don't know, they didn't say that they picked them because they had a hard travel schedule, but they did say at the time they hoped they were going to have a hard travel schedule, and they did. They not all of them got onto the same flight, so they got totally separated. Then their bags got left behind in Chicago. Or they had to go through Chicago, something like that. Yeah, it was crazy. And then their bags didn't make it. Everybody made it, but the bags didn't make it. So then the players were just in Toronto, going to the mall or hanging out. I think they went to a Leafs game.
Yeah.
They couldn't practice because they had no gear. So then they had to play their first game without having skated, basically. I think they did a morning skate the day of their first game, but they didn't get a practice in at all.
That's rough.
Yeah, they really hated that. And also they were saying it's really tough because if you have kids or you have dogs or whatever, you can't even put your dog in a kennel, because by the time that they found out they were leaving to Toronto, all the kennels were closed and they had to be at the facility at 3 a.m. So what are you supposed to do? So yeah, I liked that.
This is smart on Toronto's part to do that. Yeah, I didn't know it would create that much chaos.
It was so chaotic. It didn't ultimately work out for Toronto. They lost. They ended up losing that series, but but they won the first game, so I think they won the first game.
Talk about competitive advantage, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
And this is why they did that.
This is okay. So as Jolene is speaking, I'm over here damn, I want to watch it, because that seems like a story to me.
That should be a reality
Cinderella
show.
team and stuff, I like that.
Yeah.
It may not be that fair, but I mean.
But that's why they did it.
But then they can't change it. If you're going to use it now, you got to use it next season.
They're definitely changing that one.
Yeah, because the team will complain, other teams will complain, and find a way to.
Pretty sure that one's getting changed, but I agree that they shouldn't change that.
It is harsh, no doubt.
It's harsh, but it's great. It's great, and they should have a camera on the ground when all these people are scrambling trying to get to the facility. I want to watch it in real time.
That would be a good behind the scenes documentary.
Yeah, I think that would be cool. But yeah, that one's definitely getting changed. But that's what I like about the league, is that they are willing to try things, and they're willing to try new rules or weird stuff, and then they'll change it over the summer.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, we do have text coming in regard to this. Actually, quite a few. This one says, "I like going Minnie going purple, very Minnesotan with an ode to Prince."
Oh, interesting.
Right, and then also the Vikings are purple.
Yeah.
And then adds also, Jasmine would love the PWHA player arrival fits. Sarah Nurse is number one on and off the ice. And then this.
I appreciate that text.
Jeffy says indigo /purple. That's indigo. For the color. But we've seen the highlight colors in hockey come in. You're right, the Oilers highlighter orange for a bit. Gross. And then the green that the Stars wore. And we are seeing, the glow-in-the-dark Golden Knights. Yeah. I know exactly what you... at least in it, the hockey side's trying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. For once.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, go ahead.
Sarah Nurse comment, because if you don't follow her, she's such a good follow.
I do follow her.
All right, but second, then that makes me think, and maybe you guys have talked about this before, but on the men's side, is there someone whose style you think, whose arrival fit is always on point?
In which league?
I was thinking hockey, because we're talking hockey, but I guess we could expand outside of it. I just asked hockey because I think it's the last league out of all the others to start becoming stylish.
Exactly.
So is there
Very
anyone who you find in the NHL is particularly stylish?
You know what? My brain is just going. But like immediately I thought Kane, but I don't want to be a homer.
But he is.
Yeah, but he
Like,
is.
he's
yeah.
He's got a great tailor.
Yeah.
He
Tom
rolled.
Marcatelli.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
you know this.
You go, girl.
Look at
yeah.
this.
I did a story on this.
Okay.
Were you there that night? The game he rolled out in the purple velour suit, and I was like,
But I'm sure Tom made that. I'm sure he did.
I was like, is that velour? He's like, all over my body.
Oh my God.
I'm like, well done. Well, like he does dress well.
that-
I would take Evander Kane style.
You would too,
Or
right?
Austin Matthews.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Austin Matthews, but I don't want them to come at me like they did yesterday.
Austin Matthews is very flashy. He's very like overtly stylish, whereas Evander is just like a classy, stylish dude.
Yeah.
The way his style is classy.
Classy never goes out of style.
Yeah.
Yes.
Except for one time for
Absolutely.
the ESPYs, he didn't wear a shirt. He wore like the suit jacket without a shirt.
Yeah, and a chain.
chains.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like less on the class. That was a little bit more trashy, but he still rocked it.
He wanted attention. He wanted the
Yeah,
clout.
of course. Yeah.
It worked.
Yes. His style is always on point. I have to agree with you.
He has very, very good style.
So what I've been trying to like explain with this whole like them bringing me on the team and like me talking about fashion all the time is like, thank you for bringing up that jersey thing, because this jersey topic it's fashion, guys. It's still fashion. It's related. It's related to fashion. It's related to outfits.
Totally.
Right?
Oh, sorry,
Well, I was
Jolene,
going
go
to say
ahead.
that's what people get excited about.
Yeah.
You want to buy the new merch. You want to like, I don't know, get into the vibe of the team.
Yeah.
It all relates to their branding, their fashion, like that, like the culture behind it.
The Oilers' third jersey, the navy alternate that's no longer, for those that don't know. Part of why they went that route with the design was so people could just wear it every day and it still look cool, like
Yeah.
street cool.
Yeah.
The design I didn't like, and yeah. Anyway,
My one gripe with the Oilers, even though I like don't wear their merch, but if I did, there's not enough stuff for women.
Legit.
That looks like cool for women.
100%.
Everything looks
my
like
mom was
very
asking
masculine.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like boxy jerseys.
Yeah.
What would be okay? Good point, because there's hundreds of thousands of female Oiler fans that love the team just as much as their male counterparts. Obviously,
For sure.
Like, what's missing from the women's style part of Oilers merchandise?
Well, I think earlier I was saying line change. Like, I do buy stuff from line change, but it's not that much stuff. And it's like, I'm not going to hate on it. I buy it. It's fine. It's just simple. But there's not enough variety for us. We don't have, like, the NFL will have certain designers
Right.
that will come in. If you go on the website, if you go on Fanatics, you see a bunch of NFL stuff for women.
Right.
With us, you'll see like 7 tabs maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like in a t-shirt that has like a splash of the
Yeah.
Oilers. Like, excuse me.
Or like a pink shirt.
Yeah, excuse me.
And I don't want to wear that either. Yeah.
Yeah. Why can't it be like it can't be nice like the guys? Like they have like such nice gear. Like
Yeah.
it'll be like, for example, it'll be black and have a simple little Oilers logo on it. Like a little like something just so
Yeah.
just nicer. And then ours is like, yeah, it's like pink and white. Excuse me.
I know. Or
What am I, 10?
Exactly.
No, you are not.
And they don't have like different elements of attire. Like I went to USC, so for college, for like game day, I had so many different USC branded pieces of clothing, like what's it called, dresses. I had a sundress. I had like really, really nice like collegiate sweaters.
Yep.
All these cool different hats and everything. With Oilers, it's just like one jersey or like a
or
shirt.
t-shirt. That's another thing. There's not like women fitted like crew necks, hoodies. Like I have to buy a men's small. I shouldn't have to
Really?
do that. Yeah.
I think my mom bought a kid's large jersey.
Yep.
Yeah.
I did
Because
that.
she's like, she didn't like the women's fit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then she got it tailored.
Yep.
Yeah. Which is really smart, actually.
But it's a pain
Yeah.
in the ass. Like,
Yeah,
you
it's
would
so-
think
so
that
expensive. It'd probably
I'd
be
like
like-
to go to the store, go to the
Totally.
women's section,
Yeah.
buy something that would fit.
And women have boobs, so it's like it's tight.
Right.
It gets tight, right?
If you buy like the kids.
Yeah, the kids'
Yeah,
jerseys.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Agree.
Even the men's, it just doesn't look flattering.
Right.
Oh, it doesn't. Which is why your mom must really appreciate like a good fit.
Yeah, I know. I'm really
To get a
impressed.
jersey tailored.
She's an Eastern European lady that
really
wears
impressive.
high heels around the
Yeah.
house.
We
Like-
should start a line.
We should.
Now,
You already have an in with the score, so
I don't know if they can help us with
okay,
that.
but this idea to start a line, I remember Julie Petrie and some of the other wives and girlfriends did start a women's line of team apparel, and it was promoted by the team, and they got the green light from the NHL, and obviously the Oilers, the Habs, the Red Wings. There's a few teams that did it, but I can't. And there's only a few items, and I looked and I was like, oh, cool, good job, Julie. Like, but I don't know where that went, if it's still a thing, but it feels like it's just like they get an idea, they do it, and then it
legit,
doesn't go anywhere.
That'll be $85, please.
Yeah, for like a t-shirt?
Yeah, well, the line change is pretty expensive.
So line change is what it is?
Line change is the women's, I don't know, don't quote me on this, but I believe the wives and stuff are involved in this.
Okay, maybe that's what I was seeing.
Okay.
But isn't Alyssa Milano doing like team merch for the NFL?
That's exactly what I mean. There's multiple people that do it.
She's a big hockey fan. She's a Pittsburgh girl.
Does she do for NHL too?
I don't know.
And a lot of stuff isn't available to us in Canada.
That's a good
People
point.
on Fanatics, I don't know. Fanatics I wanted to bring up actually with you guys.
Go
as
for
well.
it, because it's now the official brand.
Okay,
and it's the board essentially for the
and
NHL.
I think it was Mo that was trying to purchase I think 2 jerseys. He had posted how expensive they were. Have you guys? You haven't talked about this, have you?
No.
The Fanatics jerseys, I don't know. He posted, I believe, it was 2 jerseys for I think $650.
What?
Yeah.
Actually, I shouldn't be surprised. $325 each.
Is that the going cost? I actually
wasn't it like $250 before?
I don't know. This is something you have to teach me about.
I do know that when it went from Reebok to Adidas, the price went up big time. And then I heard even though it was switching from Adidas to Fanatics, and you'd be like, well, Adidas is a more reputable brand, the price did jump up again, but I didn't know by how much. So I'm not surprised, especially if you want an authentic jersey that the players wear on the ice. I think it's like $500. I think I was reading.
Wow.
Yeah.
That seems crazy.
It's just not realistic.
You have to tailor it on top of that.
Thank you.
That adds at least another $150.
In this economy?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, I didn't know this was a huge issue.
But okay, so did you see the players practicing in the Fanatics jerseys? They're ripping.
Well, the material that they're using is the same stuff. It's the exact same materials that they use in the last set of jerseys.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from the same factory.
Are you sure?
100%.
Okay.
I talked to the trainers and
okay.
about it.
That's really good to know.
Yeah. The old ones would rip too.
Okay.
You get a hook or whatever.
Okay.
And
Is it just popular to hate on the Fanatics jerseys?
Well, I think that's what it was. It's just clout or trying to get clicks then, because I clicked it and I was like, this is garbage.
Yeah, because I do see that people are there's an uproar about it.
Because it's not a sexy brand, right?
Yeah.
No, and as I was told, Fanatics better get used to it because it ain't going anywhere. Plus, every league has a share in Fanatics.
Oh.
So there's a vested interest in going to Fanatics.
Sean Avery posted the other day, and he called out Fanatics as well, just because their customer service was so awful. No, customer service was so good, but the call centers were outsourced.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, if you're gonna pay this much money,
yeah,
it should be here in North America.
I had a great experience with them a few weeks ago. I bought some Cardinals stuff, and I bought the wrong stuff, and I just called them, and boom, they fixed it in 2 minutes. Yeah, it was really good. I'm sure they get a lot of that. That's why they were so good at it.
No, he did say it was fantastic customer service. He didn't blame the nice lady trying to help him, but he was just...
Fanatics is here to stay. That's all I know.
Okay, so I don't really share the sadness of, because I don't buy team gear, but it does remind me of when we switched off of Roots for the Olympic gear.
To Lululemon?
I still miss Roots. I know I'm one of the lone people who, and I don't like the brand now, but their Olympic stuff back in the day was so nice. I feel like the Olympic stuff now doesn't rise to that quality.
I like Lululemon. I like, but I saw the stuff. A friend of mine bought the golf shirt or the polo or whatever, and I'm like, that is ugly.
Right.
He's like, no, this is awesome. I'm like, that's okay, whatever. $150 later.
Did it go Roots, the Bay, and then Lululemon?
Oh, maybe.
Or was it just straight to Lululemon?
I think it went straight to Lululemon.
Okay, well, whatever it did, that made me very sad. So I only I kind of understand what you're saying, just because I don't like any of the Lululemon stuff ever since they've been making it. Not to be mean to them.
The Olympic stuff I didn't like. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not good.
It was so tacky.
It is tacky. Yeah.
You hear Ralph Lauren, the USA killed it.
Yeah, but even them, I feel like they just did the same.
Yeah, but they do all
very safe. Yeah.
True that.
Next Olympics, I want to see one country do something really cool.
You were at the Olympics,
Yeah.
and you said part of the vibe is the people from the different countries you get to see. I mean, you're noticing what they're wearing, and a lot of time they're wearing team-issued gear or country-issued gear. Like, were there any standouts? Like, were the Germans in Hugo Boss or something? Did you notice anything? Like,
No, because all our coverage was Canadian.
well, yeah.
The Canadian stuff didn't really stack up very well against
Jolene was there.
else's.
Yeah, I know. I have so many questions about that. But
Okay, go for it. 'Cause,
No,
like,
okay.
this is a thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to like bore our listeners with Olympic stuff, you know, because.
But if they're gonna pay $150 for a polo from Lululemon and like $95 for a pair of shorts that are crappy and you're never gonna wear more than once, I think it's worth knowing.
There was one country, I can't remember where it was some Eastern European country, whose stuff was really cool.
Yeah.
And it was just like very stylish, almost tie-dyed blue and white tie-dye. I think it was really, really, really nice. And they had, it was just like well cut. The Canadian stuff looked so drab against everybody else's stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it just didn't look good at all. I thought.
Interesting.
So I was disappointed with, this is why I don't like, it's like, I just don't like the way that Lululemon does it.
Right.
So, yeah, there was one kind. Everyone else, like, I don't feel like their stuff really stood out to me, but
like, wouldn't France, England, or Great Britain, Spain, like those countries, again, Germany, I'll reiterate, like, shouldn't they be kind of like leading the charge? Yeah.
I think we need to see an elevated sense of fashion for the Olympics, but don't you feel that fashion is becoming more important in sport in general?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So this all happened, I think, like, well, when would you say that you noticed this kind of start? And not necessarily in the NHL, but in any league, what would you say is like the beginning of fashion starting to become more center stage?
I would say since social media kind of kicked in, I would notice it before because I'm a big NBA person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when social media, Instagram kind of came in, you noticed that you were getting more spotlight on yourself. You want to be presentable. You also want to be just like cool and stand out, right?
And in the NBA, is there a particular team where you noticed like the tunnel walk really, really took off?
That's such a good question. I don't know. I honestly couldn't
stand out for you.
Well, with the Lakers, maybe like
That, like, I noticed LeBron, I'll see like SportsCenter, ESPN, SportsCenter putting up LeBron's walk-in gear, and he's like carrying a bag. I'm like, what is he having?
briefcase,
Crackers?
wine, probably.
Yeah, wine, yeah.
Actually, it was Russell Westbrook. His fit actually got me engaged back when he was in the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah, because the walk-ins have become like the new catwalk for menswear.
Absolutely,
100%.
catwalk, great word.
Yeah, so like now that's how you sell menswear is you get it on, particularly an NBA player. Other leagues have tried to do it to a lesser extent.
Mm-hmm.
I think
the NHL, every team does it now.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like it's mandated.
Yeah,
It's still money.
Absolutely.
And
it
it's
is.
attention.
Absolutely.
And it's clicks,
Yes.
and we're talking about it.
Yes.
I think that so is it mandated that they take the social photos for the walk-in?
I just noticed that every team's
they're
page
doing it.
has them.
They're starting to do it more.
And the league puts it up on the NHL social media.
There's like
oh,
such a
okay.
huge variance between like guys who are comfortable owning fashion, like their fashion and sensibility, and then guys who just like don't care at all.
The European guys usually have the better
They go for it.
better looks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I talked to this woman who was hired by a big hockey brand who was part of kind of like revolutionizing, is that the right word? Like bringing the tunnel walk to the forefront. Mm-hmm. And so then she got started in hockey like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And she's trying to do that in hockey.
Right.
So that's why I was asking like when you noticed or what.
When did you notice?
I don't really notice stuff like that. I'm so bad at that.
Now you will.
I can't stop.
Now you will.
I do. I mean, I worked on this.
Yeah.
Got an article.
I worked on this story a lot last year in hockey, and so then I started paying more attention to it, and then I read a lot about like kind of the emergence of that tunnel walk. I guess I honestly like sometimes that stuff goes right over my head. I'm so bad at that.
I don't know if this is in the NHL, but I know like NBA, they're selling sneakers and stuff. Like brands and stuff are named after them, right? Or they help design it.
Not surprised at all.
Right?
Not surprised at all.
In receiver, we had Max Crosby and Devontae Adams. Fits were such a big deal to them that they wore the same Louis Vuitton suit.
That's right. Yeah. I remember, was it Crosby's wife or one of the wives was talking about, oh, did he wear the same thing?
Yeah, like it
No
was.
way.
It's something that they do care about and that they were talking about, right? So.
Yeah. NFL, it's huge. Like every game day, I get a Cardinals update, and it's what is Kyler Murray wearing into the stadium.
Or
some
something
guys,
ridiculous.
Yeah, some guys. Well, usually it's ridiculous.
That's
some guys
attention.
get the suit. Some guys it's something stupid. Yeah, like a velour tracksuit, right? Like well, it's 38 degrees and sunny in Arizona today, but that looks great, Kyler.
So hopefully, like NHL players will like start doing that and understand that they don't want to look goofy, especially to their teammates. I get the culture; they don't want to, maybe a step outside the box. But I really hope they do. Let's go.
Honestly, Evander Kane is a good example of how to do it right.
I agree.
I'll say that.
Yeah.
Because
gotta give him that much.
Actually, I was walking in the press box the other night during the game, and they had all the scratches, and most of the guys are AHL guys, junior guys. They're all wearing suits, right? Like, but nothing too out there. It's also a preseason game.
Yeah.
But the suit with the toque is such a fallback, and I'm like, hockey guys.
But it's practical.
It is practical.
I heard that a lot of those guys, though, are starting to get their suits tailor-made, too.
Yes.
And these are expensive. It's expensive to get a suit completely made from scratch.
Not at Modern Measure.
There you go.
Go see
Nice
the boys,
plug.
Jared and Richie. Everything's custom made, and the prices are actually pretty darn good. Speaking of looking good, the Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of EST. Promotional products that bring the buzz, thehiveproductmarketing.com. Go see Chelsea. We are curating, Jolene, our next pop-up shop. Matthew Iwanek is working on that, so Jasmine might have a little bit of input into making sure that it's stylistically well done.
I wonder if Maddie will ask me, because I can't wait.
Yes.
I truly can't.
Because he has ideas.
Yeah.
He just needs them to be refined. So over at The Buzz,
This is
go check
exciting.
them out. They've
Wait,
been great.
so where is the pop-up shop going to be?
Online.
Oh.
We have an EST store.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
We did hoodies, T-shirts, and hats, and a couple of other, the mugs.
Well, we need the mugs are cool.
Yeah, they're
So
great
nice.
mugs.
Definitely need a women's thing, though.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
We do.
It's hard to only pick one thing that's like the token women's thing, but if you're gonna do T-shirts, like a lot of women don't like to wear T-shirts like all the time. I mean, I always I fall back to T-shirts, but to go out of the house in something nice
Right.
doesn't really look good.
The oversized sweatshirt.
Somehow not flattering on
At
me.
all.
I know.
But it's comfortable.
Over the summer, I had a friend, and I'm like, "What do you want? Some stuff from this hockey school I do?" And I'm like, "What size? Like you small, medium, like kids large, extra large?" She goes, "No, I want a men's large. I need an oversized crew neck. Make sure you get it for me." And I was like,
Wow.
Whatever you want, I'll get it for
It's
you."
in style.
She's going straight for comfort on that one.
Yeah, but I'm like, "Is this a thing?" She's like, "It's totally in right now."
It is a thing. It's like the Princess Diana, big sweater, biker shorts, and runners.
I just said okay.
It doesn't look good on me though, so I can't do it. I've tried. It just looks boxy.
We can wrap up the fashion talk, by the way.
Are people getting annoyed by fashion
Some of them
talk?
might be, but
whatever.
Matt Hyman asked me about Adam Lowry's suits. Beautiful. Has texture. Always kind of wears a hat. Toque, as you mentioned. Toques.
Who's that? Adam Lowry?
Yeah.
Oh, from the Jets. Calgary guy. Okay, a couple of texts to wrap up the fashion thing, because the girls want to get to a bunch of, or the ladies want to get to a bunch of stuff, and I'm just going to move this thing along. KR says, make your primary logo bad, sell jerseys to your primary fans who would buy them no matter what, then come out with a non-garbage third jersey logo that sells. Capitalism. That's from KR. Dr. John says, I was at the Olympics. The American Ralph Lauren stuff was unaffordable.
Oh, 100% correct.
Was it even more ridiculously priced?
Anything nice was like $1,000 at the store.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I met some Americans that bought the Canadian stuff because it was affordable. The actual Olympic merch was playing quality, but it was pricey. T-shirt, €50, which would be about 75, 80 Canadian.
Yeah, it was expensive.
Yeah,
and
that
they didn't
is-
have nice actual Olympic stuff. Yeah.
Oof.
That person I agree with.
Okay, NHL wives have nailed the ladies' sports market. Claire Kittles, Kristen Arceri have done some good 49ers gear.
Yeah, Taylor Swift's buddy. I think that's what we were talking about, right?
This is something where I don't have.
It's Kristen. I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
Arceri?
Isn't it Juice? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I was just reading the text.
You're right.
Claire Kildo, but that's let's come back to that because I have an idea on that, but we don't have to put it right now.
Okay. Mike, the Michigan fan. I bought a Mo Sider jersey at Little Caesars last year, $290 USD, and that was the Adidas jersey. Okay, you wanted to talk about?
Well, I was gonna say, this brings me to another completely unrelated topic, but George Kittle. Do you know that George Kittle's one of his favorite off-season adventures or like hobbies, you could say?
No.
Do you know where this is going at all?
No, take it where it needs to go.
Okay. Well, he's actually really into curling. Like super into curling. Yeah.
Never would expect it.
And you are too.
I know, I am. I am very into curling.
Okay.
And so is Jared Allen. Did you know this? So he used to play for the Vikings.
Yeah. No, I know Jared.
Number 69. He's really
You would remember that one, hey, Jolene?
He's a really fun guy. I went to Nashville.
Only I can make that joke.
This was a long time ago. He's married. I just think it's funny that it's number 69. He leaned into that. He never.
As one does.
Clearly had the email at hotmail.com.
I got to interview Jared Allen. Let me find a story about him. Curling, perfect. I went to Nashville a long time ago, 5 years ago, I think. I interviewed him about curling. He was just learning how to curl at that time.
Right.
And now he's really into it. He got George Kittle into it. And they George curls in Nashville in the off season.
Where are they curling in Nashville?
So
That's crazy,
created,
right?
him and his friends, Jared and his friends who are also former NFLers, built a curling facility. It's called T-Line Curling. It's really cool. I haven't been there because they built it after I started this story.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go back in March. And I think it has bowling. It has a bar. It's really cool.
It's like curling, but Top Golf is what I'm imagining.
That's kind of, but it's not quite as cool as Top Golf, but they tried to make it very modern.
Yeah.
It looks really cool. The Instagram looks awesome.
I respect that very much, actually.
Yeah.
And I always revert back to the Shamrock Curling Club, friends of EST.
I learned to curl.
Gavin Morton and his wife Angela run it. Quinn used to work there. Now she just curls there. The vibe there, there was an Oilers alumni bonspiel there last year, and was broadcasting a pregame show from there, I believe. And great vibe. And it wasn't older people. There was a great mix. There was kids running around. It's an old school curling club, but a great vibe. And everybody was just there having a good time. And nobody was in a rush to leave. They were having food. They were watching everyone else. They were watching the game.
Exactly.
I could see.
It can be very social.
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah. I could see that working.
Yeah.
With these former.
So
NFLers.
they're going to do, I don't know if this is embargoed, but there will be a thing in Nashville with people who are not curlers and curlers sometime soon.
Cool.
And I'm going to be going to it.
Excellent.
I'm taking vacation days to do it. This is really not a high priority for the score, but I think it's super cool. So anyway, Jared's group bought the Grand Slam of Curling, which is it's the only curling series that brings together curlers from all over the world, because most of the curling that you see on TV is either national stuff or international worlds run by the World Curling Federation. So this is kind of like a private event series. Sportsnet used to own it. Jared's group just bought it at the end of the last season. So October 1st will be the first event with his group owning it.
Huh.
Yeah.
So they're going to try to boost this thing up.
They really are. They just released yesterday or today the new logo and design, talk about logos. They are really open about being curling. No one's marketed it well. It never looks good. They don't use good colors. They don't have good logos for anything. So that was the first thing that they did. They're just trying to rebrand that whole event series.
Wow.
Yeah. And talk about not having enough merch. They said the same thing. The CEO of that group, I talked to him and he was I wanted to do a press conference, and I was oh my gosh, I'll get a curling hat, and there's just no even hats that have anything curling on them. Understandably, it's not cool. It's not well marketed in that way. So yeah, their whole group is trying to really bring it into the modern day, which I think that they're going to do a good job of, because they are inherently cool people. They're really fun.
People love football players too.
Exactly.
And their wives and girlfriends now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of really cool plans. It's coming to Edmonton. The series is coming to Edmonton in November, which will be the second event since they bought it. I think they're still going to have a few kinks to work out, but surely by the third and fourth, like, you know, by the end of this season at least, they'll be on good footing.
They haven't announced the Edmonton event yet?
They have.
Where's it going to be? Sound Ice Center?
It's in Nisku.
That's the Sound Ice
Okay.
Center. Okay, yeah, that's I've heard of. Oh, so that's their group doing it now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they purchased it. So it's still going to be broadcast on Sportsnet, but they own the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is really interesting.
Is curling, like, I watch it if it's on TV. I know the rules and whatnot. But is curling hard?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it is hard.
Right?
Yes.
Like, would I need to get a curling instructor?
No, to just have fun.
Like golf lessons.
It's the same thing as golf. I was just going to say it's the same thing as golf. Like, if you're like for golf, like, I just go out there, hit the ball. Like, if it goes into the bushes, I just drop a new ball, whatever. Like, if you're just out there to, like, have fun that way, then you could golf without really, like, taking lessons, and you can curl the same way. It doesn't really matter.
I would definitely need lessons.
If you want to, like, actually have like, basically, if you're not very good at curling, you could just curl with people who are good, and they'll just make you throw the first rocks, and then it doesn't really matter, like, what you do, because those ones.
But there's, like, form and all that, obviously.
Oh,
This is a sport, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's why I was like, well, it's not like, for example, let's just say we all went. You guys do not want me on your team because she doesn't know what she's doing. You have
Well,
to, like,
you're no worse than
me.
YouTube Trev.
Yeah. You'll play lead. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. That's what Jared Allen does. So he like, the reason that he got into curling is because he wanted to make it to the Olympics in something. So he, in his football retirement, was like, yeah, what's the easiest sport that I could definitely master? And this is like a Hall of Fame footballer. And he was like, yeah, curling. And he wasn't very good, actually, at first. When I saw him, this was 5 years ago, he was not very good. He's gotten better, but he actually plays on a team with Johnny Morris, who's like a big curler.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
John Morris was with Team Alberta. He moved from Team Ontario, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Same guy, right?
Yeah. So he's like the bad boy of curling. 'Cause he's
Okay.
got a party reputation.
Okay. Curlers like to party.
They
Damn.
do.
They do.
really
They party.
So they put Jared on lead because, like, those rocks, they matter, but they don't matter as much. So if you're curling,
so would I have to bring my own rocks in a briefcase?
Oh, no.
It's like a bowling alley. Like, they kind
provide
of
them for you.
give you everything.
It's all there, yeah.
And, like, the shoes,
You would bring your
can
own
wear
shoes.
your own shoes.
And
They
they're-
got to be clean.
Yeah.
but they can be, like, Nikes, or they have
Yeah.
to be, okay.
Yeah.
Or they give you like the slider, the
Yeah.
little plastic
Yeah,
underneath.
you put the
Yeah.
yeah.
No, there's brooms provided.
Yeah, the rocks are very moderated. You can't, like, you have to curl with specific rocks. They all come from a certain quarry in Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently they're
What?
running out of granite for them.
They are.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now they only do, like, a lot. Some rocks only have, like, the inset granite.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Maybe I could be wrong. A commenter might get me wrong on that, but yeah.
I heard that they're running out of granite for curling rocks. I was like, you
What's
gotta
gonna
be kidding me.
happen? We got to recycle that.
Yeah, exactly.
Jimbo said you have a calming voice. Jimbo, you're right. Because when Jolene would speak, I'd be like, oh, I feel so
Wow.
relaxed.
That's great. I'm so glad I do. I was listening back to some of my interviews that I did on voice memos, and I was like, oh my God, I sound horrible on these.
What?
So it's great that somebody thinks I have a calming voice.
Girl,
That's
I think we all do. It's nice.
Everybody gets mad at their own voice. A couple texts. Jason the Acadian. There's a generation of players all grew up at a young age getting dressed up for hockey. For myself, growing up, it was just starting to be mandated by the teams at around 16. Yeah, hockey's late to the party. Curling, I feel like curling too, kind of like to follow up on what Jason's texting in, curling's kind of like golf, where golf was like, I was watching old clips of Tiger Woods and Mike Weir going head to head early 2000s, and I was like, it was still dorky back then. Baggy polos, baggy slacks, and the golf shoes weren't. Now you look at it, it's like basically training gear, and it looks good, and you can wear it around, and it's
100%.
and the ladies stuff is nice, and maybe curling's starting to kind of get into that too.
Yeah.
You know, a little.
But
bit.
curling has uniforms, correct?
Yeah, but they're
but-
nicer fits, better materials, more flattering for
Yeah.
the men and women, I think, too.
I was talking to this guy, the guy from Jared's group, about this. His name's Nick. And he made the same parallel between golf. He's not a curler, actually, like, at all. He just saw, or kind of like sees the business potential in curling. So he's been really investing in it over the years. And yeah, he made the same parallel that golf, you know, even like when we were growing up, it wasn't that cool. I don't think golf.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
And now it's pretty cool, I would say. So
There's a lot more female golfers.
Yeah.
The ladies' night is a big one. Ladies' league, you always see it. girls groups going out.
Legit.
Yeah.
Everybody
it's
golfs, I
fun.
feel like. Everybody
it's
golfs
become
now.
A very, it's a very
or
fun
wants
social
to.
sport.
Yeah.
Like curling is, but
Exactly.
golf more prominent worldwide, I would say.
I remember, is it a little bit, maybe? Just a tiny bit.
Yeah, just to call that a hunch.
Yeah. I remember when I was growing up, people were saying that golf was like a dying sport. And I think it was in danger of dying because there weren't enough kids getting involved in it. And then they turned it around. And I also think in recent years, content golf has mastered just golf shows, behind the scenes content, social stuff. Like they've become really good at like storytelling.
Yes.
So I
Very
think,
true.
yeah,
There's drama,
yeah,
bickering between players.
exactly.
Getting arrested.
Getting arrested en route to the course in a major. Yeah.
Yeah, so we just got to up the storytelling a little bit for some of those niche sports.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of money to be made in niche sports though, especially because like now for an average kind of investor to get involved in sports, it's completely like a major sports, big sports teams are completely unreachable. Mm-hmm. So I think, but there's a lot of opportunity in niche sports, and those sports still turn a profit. And
Like pickleball?
okay, so that's one that I actually think might not be as profitable.
How come?
Because it's kind of boring to watch. Have you ever watched a pickleball?
Yes, my friend Michelle McMahon does play-by-play for pickleball, pro pickleball, and
Okay.
I always watch. I sent her a video last week, and I'm like, I'm watching you right now.
So this could be my hot take.
Okay, go for
But
it.
yeah, but like I don't think it's. I talked with Nick about this. I don't like the highlights are not good. And kids today do not watch full games of anything. They only watch highlights. Yeah.
Yes.
And like a pickleball highlight, I don't even see those come across my timeline. Maybe I'm in the wrong corner of the internet, but
You dink, and you get into the kitchen, and if you're in the kitchen, you get out of the kitchen right away.
this
That's
is
all I know.
this is pickleball.
These are pickleball
Okay,
terms that I've learned
alright.
from pickleballers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know about the pickleball highlights. I don't know if they're really going to take off socially. Curling highlights are interesting. Back to my
Why?
favorite.
But it's
It's such a smart sport. You really have to have an active mind.
it is chess on ice.
Yes.
and you do
Yes.
have to be athletic, but I just
Yeah. But I think the sports that are going to win today, the niche sports that are going to win, are going to be the ones with strong highlight culture. So,
Jasmine loves pickleball.
do you really?
I haven't played it yet.
Neither
Your
have
people
I.
are savage. I want
Me
to.
and you will be on a team.
Let's do it.
All right.
I'm down.
We'll get Skechers pickleball shoes. That's actually why I texted Michelle. I was like, Mish, how many pairs of Skechers pickleball do you own? She said, just one.
That's me, Skechers. I love that.
I know. The slip-in ones. Any good text?
Yeah, there's this is actually something I was thinking about. Dawson Nielsen is like, I miss the old Score channel. Too much Sportsnet and TSN. Score was different. I actually really enjoyed the
Shout
Score
out.
too.
Yeah.
And
I used to work at the old channel.
yeah, no offense. I like the Score app a lot. That's my favorite app.
Thank you.
I'm not sure. Like, what's your favorite sports app?
I either go to the league or I go to TSN still.
What?
TSN's not bad. No, TSN's not a bad app. I just like the Score. It's just so clean.
Yeah.
Just hit the
It is
buttons.
good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the content on it is so great.
the content's great. And
Long
by the way-
feature stories.
Huge thank you to you for
you're
writing
welcome.
our story.
Yeah.
That article is fantastic.
I'm glad
Telling
that you
the
put it out,
story. Yeah. That was Jolene Latimer's
And
article on us. If you
It
didn't
was.
catch it.
And shout out to my editor because he saw that there. Because I interviewed Tom earlier. I interviewed
Right.
you for a different story. It was going to be a different story.
Yeah.
And then we had to cut your quotes out. And then my editor,
Too long.
I know, he just talked for forever. My editor was like, this Tom guy, I think he has a good story. I think you should dig into it a little bit more. And so then I did.
Talked to Dustin.
Yeah. We made
and
it a real
Huss.
thing. Yeah.
Huss and was it? Oh, who in Van was?
Sakaras.
Yeah, Matt Sackers. He was just the knives were out.
Were you? I know.
I was like, ooh,
Their quotes were so spicy.
they were.
Were you surprised to see them in there? I didn't.
No, I thought those were great additions. I'm like,
Sweet.
yeah, because it's not just our angle. And
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an awesome article, and thank you for writing it and having a chance to tell you in person. It was
You're
great.
welcome.
Yeah, it was
Happy to-
unreal. I shared it.
Sweet.
A lot
Thank
of great
you.
feedback on that.
Yeah, that one got a lot
Good
of
story.
love online. Yeah.
Good.
Because it was talking about what online radio is, you know? Like, people are still confused about this, and it really summed up a good story. This
you.
EST story. It's
Yeah, I think that people still are not making. There's like a group of people who are still really just used to turning the dial, and then they just are noticing that like there's fewer and fewer things on the dial, and where do
And
they
that's
go?
gonna continue.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't want necessarily a podcast. You just want to turn the radio on and have it play. So with the internet, radio. That's kind of the advantage of it for
Yep.
me. Yeah.
I was talking to a friend the other day, and he was telling me he just bought a new vehicle, and he's like, I don't have a AM FM.
Really?
Seriously? He's like,
Oh wait, he doesn't have
That's so
AM.
no AM FM.
Oh, yeah.
No radio.
That's like
period.
CD players. How they
Yeah.
got rid of CD
Yeah.
players, right?
Yeah.
He's like,
so
all I
then-
do is turn you guys on. And I'm
Wow.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we created
Exactly.
this.
Yeah, there actually is a place for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Jolene, you most likely will be going to the Olympics in 2028.
I don't wanna
in
jinx
LA.
it.
I know you don't. Don't worry, we're going to do the hangout there,
Good
so we'll
vibes,
see you.
good vibes.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
vibes. Set manifesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so every year, or not every year, before years, each city gets to add in a new sport. So Paris had breakdancing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Ray gun. All right.
I was there for that.
Joaquin's
Cultural
favorite.
icon.
Saw that live and in person.
How bad was
Okay,
it?
yeah. Okay.
Great. It was so good.
It was so, well, Ray, you saw her, hey?
Did I tell you this story?
No.
Oh, okay. So like I didn't get to go to a lot of events 'cause I was super busy, but in our group chat, all of my friends were like, what should we go to? And I was like, we have time right now to go to breakdancing. My one friend who's like super British, she's like, it's going to be a bit shit, won't it?
You can say that on here.
Oh, she can.
You can too.
Well, what time is it anyway? It's like the middle of it.
Yeah,
Just kidding. Yeah.
And I was like, no, it's going to be really good. I think we should all go.
Mm-hmm.
So I convinced everybody to go to that particular
breakdance
one.
that
And
day.
it was a bit shit. Yeah. But I've never watched breakdancing, so I don't want to judge it. So I was just like, maybe like this is it. Maybe
Yeah.
it's supposed to be like this. But then she got 0 points. So I was like, okay, no, that was definitely bad. That was not a good one.
It was awful.
And then by the time we got out of there, so we were like all like, what did we just watch? And by the time we were in the cab leaving, there was already memes about it. So I was like, okay, like everybody.
So wait. So as you're watching it, were you like, what the hell am I watching?
Yeah.
Or were you like, is this supposed to be good? I don't want to be mean.
I was
Like,
trying not to be mean. I was like, maybe I got her on.
what went through your mind when she got on the ground and started like,
It's like,
The Homer Simpson thing.
yeah?
I'm not going to judge. I'm not here
Was
to
it like
judge.
silence in there?
It was kind of silent. Yeah, it was kind of silent. We didn't know. No one knew what to think except for my one friend who's from New York, like born and raised in Brooklyn. And he was like, no, this isn't it. This is not it. This is not it.
But the other breakdancers, were they like actually pretty phenomenal? Like you're usually like, whoa.
The women's side, I felt like it was a little weak. And I don't know why. I don't know if like the best breakdancers just didn't participate.
Sure, but even the men. So when like, was that pretty wow for you? Or
I didn't stay for the
vibing?
men, so I just only watched the highlights. I thought that their stuff was better, but like I don't know. But I'm not one to judge because I actually don't know anything about breakdancing. So it's only like, what do I know? Like, yeah.
We know that was not a good performance by
Objectively,
Reagan.
that was bad. Objectively,
Yes, and how she got the story behind her and like
so weird.
the
universe.
what drama. And
How is that
Yeah.
the most viral moment and the most iconic moment from those games? I don't understand. But yes, I was there.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Did you see any like superstars such as like LeBron or anybody from the NBA or?
I didn't see LeBron at all because they were playing most of their games in like a different city. And then when they came to Paris, it was like all at nighttime. I was doing other stuff, so I couldn't go to any of their games.
So do the superstars stay in the same hotel as the other athletes?
The American men's basketball team stayed in their own hotel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were they the only exception? Do you know?
I think they were one of the only exceptions. Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty elite, hey?
Yeah. But when you're like mega stars,
And you want them to go?
yeah, exactly. You got to provide some perks.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to just do this. Road Warriors, which is happening right now, presented by AccuSteel Heavy Haul Trailers, custom manufacturing of heavy haul trailers, quality, innovation, integrity, full repair service and retrofit department, engineered frame repairs, no patch jobs, better than new solutions, trusted by the leaders in the heavy transport industry. Get on the road with peace of mind for your large loads. AccuSteel.ca. Tom Gazzola, Jolene Latimer from The Score, and Jasmine Sidhu, because we're talking about being on the road at the Olympics. Go ahead, Jasmine, because I know you had a follow-up.
I do have a follow-up, but we need one more. There's a lot of nasties are wondering what's happening with the shorts.
Oh, back to the shorts.
Sorry, it's halfway through
It's
the
a
show.
fashion
Some of them
day.
just tuned in.
I'm not wearing any today. I got absolutely destroyed in the inbox. And the,
Self-confidence is petering.
no, I'll wear them tomorrow for crying out loud. It won't be practical,
Did
but
you see Smash tweeted out your shorts?
Smash did. Wow, what an honor.
I didn't see the shorts, and now I'm feeling very. I need to catch up.
Jolene, people were taking pictures and screen grabs and texting it in.
Yeah, like they were out of control. I
just don't understand. How did you wear such a short pair? Like, did you?
No, they were above the knee. They're very nice.
They were grandpa shorts, and just I don't know, people just
like golf.
You want to talk about style? I got absolutely murdered for my look yesterday by Quinn and by Jasmine.
Well, I always
so
do that
mean.
though. Just kidding.
I looked like Estonia at the Olympics. I don't know.
Poor
Sorry.
Tom.
So there you guys
He's just
are.
trying to look
I
sharp,
know.
and he doesn't
I was
wanna gang up
defending
on
his
him.
shorts too.
It was a hot day. He just wanted a nice breeze.
Legit, I wore a
you.
dress. Yeah.
Thank you. No
all
shorts today. Okay.
So there you have
This is
it.
Road Warriors brought to you by AccuSteel. Where are we going with this? We're just talking about the Olympics. And Raygun.
You
Go
said
ahead,
something
Jolene.
else that it's completely off topic. But
What?
You were talking about hockey school.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm starting hockey for the first time ever
Whoa.
next week. I know. It's
Yeah.
so
Wow.
exciting. Yeah, and I was going to ask you if you want to come maybe. I don't know if there's any spots left, but the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation is doing adult women's beginner hockey. It's 6 weeks, and
Wow.
I signed up for it. Yeah,
I wish.
you should come.
I wish.
Can
Do
you
it.
skate?
I'm a terrible skater.
Okay, that's fine. I'm not very good either.
I'm terrible.
Pretty bad at it.
Yeah.
I need to get new skates because my skates hurt my feet so much.
I mean,
So I'm going to skate shop.
can I scrap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
You
we can.
definitely.
I think we can. Yes. And wouldn't that be
joking. I'm
so
very
fun,
nice.
though?
I know.
I think, yes. Why couldn't we? We can do it. We can make our rules out there.
Girl, you may have to send me the
You
link.
gotta come. Yeah.
That's a great initiative.
Yes.
To get girls, women involved in hockey, to try it. It's not the easiest sport. Skating is hard.
Yeah.
Especially if you're picking it up later on in life or not as a child. The Elks, I don't know if they are still doing it, but they used to provide Football 101.
Really
And it
cool.
was for ladies that wanted to get in the know of
I would
football.
like that.
I want to send my mom there because she's like, I like going to football games, but I
Yeah.
don't know what's happening.
Aw.
And I'm like, well, I'll send you to Football 101. And I thought it was a great program. So this is a good way to do it. How'd you find out about it? And like, why were you like, I'm playing hockey?
I just saw it online on LinkedIn. Someone was like, I don't even know. She works at Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation. I don't know her, but someone commented on it. Mm-hmm. And I was just like gut reaction. I'm like, yeah, I should try that. Because every year I try to do one new thing.
Okay.
So I hadn't found my thing yet for this year. And then I was going to try figure skating. I'm a really bad skater because my mom made me do power skating when I was younger, but I was like never good at it. So then I was like, this year is the year that I get good at skating. So I was going to do figure skating. But then I'm like, yeah, why not? I'll do hockey.
Yeah, do hockey.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It'd be fun.
Atta
Yeah.
girl.
Take Jasmine with you.
Yeah, you should come. But I was going to ask you,
Instigator.
like, since you're like a hockey camp guy,
Yeah.
give me like a tip, a good tip.
Oh, I
to
just
use
push
for my
pucks.
First day on the ice.
Just listen to the trainer, like the instructors, like
Okay.
and follow it. Probably will be frustrating at first because like you're learning the basics.
Yeah.
And I don't know how a grown woman would handle it, but I know when kids are out there and they're just starting out, they get frustrated, they get discouraged, they any little ailment in their skates or their gear gets heightened and they hyperbolize it and they go to the bench and they start crying. Like, it's not going to be the same, but just like
I probably
you've
like
got,
it
you've
might
got
actually be
good instructors. You've got good instructors that are building the foundation for you to become a hockey player who can go out there and just have fun and skate with anybody essentially.
Yeah, exactly. That's my goal.
Yeah.
So, okay, but basically, one, you should come, but two, just give me like a tip for shooting the puck.
Oh, it's all in the wrist.
first- it
Like,
is
you
in
know,
the
Happy
wrist.
Gilmore, it's all in the hips.
Yes.
It's all in the wrist. Like, just start with the basics. You'll just be sliding it. It'll be hard. You'll want to get the puck up, but it won't happen naturally. And then you'll start to get a feel. Puck on the blade, on your stick. You'll learn how to use your curve, and then you'll learn
Should
to
I
start snapping it.
Get a curved blade?
Yes.
Okay, because like when you start hockey, aren't you supposed to not have a curved blade? Is that
No,
only
get
for
a
really little
curved blade.
kids?
Just get a curved blade.
Okay.
We're not working on your backhand,
Okay.
right? Like, nobody uses
Because I
backhand.
thought like little kids, they have to have like a straight blade, don't they?
It's best that they start with a straight blade because some of them are told to shoot a certain way and really naturally they shoot the other way.
Okay.
Parents don't know better. Some parents are just getting into hockey themselves. you're at a point where you probably know which way you shoot.
Yes.
Get a curve.
Okay.
You don't need an absolute monster Ovechkin
Or maybe
curve.
I do.
That's just cheating.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
You start out with a nice subtle curve. Yeah.
All right, but yeah, you should come. Are you free on Wednesday nights? It's only for 6 weeks and it's only $150.
$150. That's
That's a great price.
I'm more so
Yeah.
the 6 weeks kind of commitment.
Well, if you don't come to one, it's not a big deal.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Okay, sweet.
Okay, so and I'm sorry we shied away because Tommy Schwartz here, but so so in 2028 the new sports they're going to introduce is flag football.
Yeah.
Okay, that is going to be so beautiful because we're going to have people like Mahomes that are going to want to play because you're not going to get injured, because
Trey Ford. Maybe.
sure, yeah, no,
I think
that's
we
true,
need to get a
right?
team, yeah.
There you go. But so I was gonna ask you guys, like, how cool is that? Like, what do you think the roster would be? And like these guys basically, I'm sorry, I get so excited. Okay.
No, it's good.
Basically, this is their chance to win. Like, some of them are not gonna go to the Super Bowl. Some of them are not gonna win the Super Bowl. This is their chance to win a medal. Like, it's gonna be so sick.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like Canada should be able to field like
The second best team in the world.
We have to be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
By default. It was funny. I was talking to CFL players about the Olympics because it was during the Olympics, and I was like, "Okay, how would Canada do? Were you guys talking about flag football getting into the Olympics in 2028?" And it was Jake Dolegala when he was still with the Lions. He was heading into the week to start against the Elks. He's like, there have been American guys on the Lions that were saying they were going to get their Canadian citizenship so they could try to get on the Canadian flag football team.
Because they'll have a chance. Because
Right.
obviously NFL is like the best of the best.
And I told
yeah.
Trey Ford that, and he's like, "Man, we've got guys who can ball just as good as those guys."
Yeah. Oh.
Now that's throwing out a little spice, obviously, but there are some very, very, very talented. There's Canadian NFL players that would probably make Team Canada as well.
For sure.
But I'm curious because I don't know, like, watching it at the Pro Bowl compared to at the Olympics, I think is going to be two different levels of competition.
Yeah, because at the Pro Bowl, it's the best on best. In Olympics, it'll be all the best players are basically on two teams. Yeah.
And Pro Bowl, they're just there
They're not
because
trying.
it's a public appearance, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who even watches that, right?
Valid point. That's a valid
I sure
point.
don't.
We have a question. Do you have another one?
No.
Okay, I had one that I wanted to get to. It came in via the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. Tom Gazzola, Jolene Latimer from The Score, and Jasmine Sidhu with you here on the EST Hangout. This text comes in, says, I'm curious, what was the most difficult person Jolene has had to deal with in an interview? How did she deal with it? And you used to do Hollywood stuff, red carpet stuff too, right?
Yeah, that stuff's
Good question.
quite easy.
Yeah.
That stuff's the easiest stuff because those people they're trained to do interviews and they're there to promote something and they want to talk. Especially the people who are best are the Disney kids. I always found. Yeah.
It's a cult.
They just
I'm just kidding.
they train them so well and they just
Kidding.
they get in front of the camera and they just start talking. You don't even have to ask them a question. It's actually really good if you're just learning to interview because you can't really mess it up. Because
With Disney kids.
Yeah, they'll do it all for you. You don't have to do anything.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're good. So and actors are good because they want to talk and they want to promote their thing. The hardest player ever is Yasmani Grandal.
Okay.
Just so
Baseball.
catcher for the Dodgers for a while. He was just really mean. He was
What?
He would be like, I honestly I never had a one-on-one with him, but he would. I remember like more than one occasion, something would happen in a game that was like clearly an error. So you have to ask them about it after. That's your job. Like we're just all here doing a job. And he would ask the sports reporters like, "Oh, are you a professional baseball player? Oh, well then I don't think you're one to ask that question." It's like, oh my God, like calm down.
I love Andy Sutton, and he did that one time when he threw an absolutely illegal hit. It's funny for some, but at the same time, it's like, you want answers.
Exactly. Like my job is to go down there and get an answer for this story.
Right.
I can't now, do you want me to print that? Like I can't print that.
Or you could be like, he was combative.
Yeah.
I think that would be an interesting article.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you should have done.
And when they do that repeatedly, then you're just like, I'm not going to talk to that guy anymore. But when they make a mistake, then you have to talk to them. And so it's just this whole like thing. And yeah, like it's sometimes it is funny to do that especially if it's a member of the media who is like historically antagonizes that player.
Right.
Whatever, like there's a little bit of humor in it. But for a lot of people, like in the media, they're just trying to do their job. And especially me at that time, I was such a young reporter. I was like one of the few women, so you already don't feel like that confident about yourself. And then there's these people who are like so snarky. So then you're like, oh my God, should I not be here? I don't think I should be here right now. Like that's the kind of like the feeling that you get.
And that's not the right vibe.
Yeah, what
exactly.
a shitty feeling.
Yeah. So sometimes like when they're mean like that, and I'm sure you've had it in hockey with people like that too, but they're not that. I find that in hockey, it's a lot easier. Guys are they're just way nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been I like football too. CFLers are great to talk to.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Well, even like quickly, like when I listened to Reed and Jay's show yesterday, and they had a guy. I started following him.
They have Jed Roberts on. He's a regular.
No, there's another one.
Oh, I have to go back and look at their lineup. Go ahead.
He's a player, and like when he was speaking, first of all, I loved his slang. I loved like the way he was talking. It was just so engaging. And the personality factor kicks in there with the NFL or a CFL player. So I really love it when they do their interviews more than
they feel more comfortable being themselves.
Yeah, like they don't care and they want that attention. They
Davis Sanchez, former CFLer, NFLer, and TSN analyst. Oh. He's excellent. Chezzy.
He's really good. He was right off the bat in the show. Yeah.
Yeah, he's very good.
There's another player. Some of them make it easy. Some of them make it easy, and then some of them just like it's so uncomfortable. And as I've become, like I've been a sports reporter for almost a decade now, so I'm better at handling those situations. But like I would never ask Yasmani a question. I would just wait for all the other reporters to ask the questions. Because if he's going to be mean to them, what's he going to do to me?
Probably the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, unless he knows you or feels like he doesn't want to rip on you because he doesn't know you.
Yeah, it's just like, this poor like reporter, I can't be mean to her.
Yeah.
Who could, then maybe he would have taken that approach, but
it's hard, I've noticed, for them to go from a certain attitude in a press conference or scrum and then put the brakes on that and turn nice guy all of a sudden in about face. Once the ball's rolling in a certain direction.
Yeah, once they've already started.
Yeah, it's hard to shift mid-interview.
Reed just texted me. Thank you, Reed. He's like Eugene Lewis.
Oh, yeah. Gino Lewis. Yeah, okay. I thought it was Davis Sanchez. My bad. Gino Lewis, great player.
Sanchez is great. He's an analyst. We see him on TV all the time.
My bad.
Right?
I didn't know they had Gino on yesterday. I missed that.
Yeah.
That's why I try, though, to get a lot of my interviews one-on-one. I don't really like being in the scrums because you're right. Like, it does turn into kind of like a group vibe thing.
Yes.
And it can go either way. Plus, you can't ask like oddball questions because then it doesn't fit the flow of the conversation.
It could be a scrum killer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And also, I don't like other people hearing my questions because usually I want to use them for a longer story.
Your story. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, taking your idea.
And when you get people one-on-one, they're usually a lot nicer. If they're nice enough to give you some of your time, then they're usually not going to be mean.
Right.
Yeah. I found that in MLB. There were a lot of like when I covered the Dodgers, I would say most of the team were really, really nice guys who would give you like 2 minutes if you needed it at their locker or whatever. Easy to talk to.
Yeah. I've like met some Yankees and stuff. They were nice to me. That was a bottle service.
That sounds
like a different environment.
Just kidding.
No, but that sounds about right. I need that job. I need them to have a reason to be nice to me.
I was just kidding.
Oh, Jasmine over the top on that one. Get those texts 780-218-9999. Nasty chat, do your thing. No, I am not wearing shorts today. Jolene Latimer, Jasmine Sidhu, Tom Gazzola.
And Tommy's pants are joining us on today's show.
My pants are just fine. Thank you very much. Also, if you need a refreshment, may I recommend the Finnish long drink, official drink of the EST Hangout, legend of 1952. A drink unlike any other sparkling refreshment, real liquor. Longdrink.com/Canada. Jolene was a fan of Two Hoots.
It was.
We'll get you on.
Have you tried these?
We need to pick a safe day, though. No, I have
safe days.
Really good.
Yeah,
the no sugar one is my favorite.
Okay, I will give them a chance.
Yeah, they're delicious. No sugar, maybe more so nutritious. What do you got?
Obviously.
Okay, I know we had a list of things that we want to get through. We got side. This is the beauty of this show. It goes
Exactly,
everywhere. We
it
started
does.
with curling. We talk about fashion. We talk about jerseys. This all started with your uniform PWHL
kicked off. Yeah.
discussion, and we just meandered, and we've
meander.
had some fun and laughs and cries. And
Well, we were talking about, well, someone asked what was the worst, or who's the hardest person to interview. Mm-hmm. But I'll tell you, that because I did mention, so I recently talked to Jeff Skinner.
yep,
And I did my thing, which is always like I try to get a one-on-one.
yeah, you got your one-on-one.
I did get a one-on-one
right?
with him. He gave me 15 minutes, which was so nice. But he talked about personality, because you were saying like, oh, it's hard to like get people's personalities in interviews.
Mm-hmm.
He's so interesting to me because he has a lot of like interests outside of hockey, and he's pretty open about them, but he's kind of like a quiet guy. So he's just like, his personality is not loud. But have you guys ever seen his show Between Two Stalls? He did this.
Nope.
Okay, he did this with like, I think it was just one, like last year maybe, or the year before on YouTube.
Yeah.
And it's like Between Two Ferns.
He's a big Galifianakis guy.
Yes, he is.
Brilliant.
So he basically like
That's what I.
he does like a Galifianakis impression for the whole time. He interviews other people on the team. It's
Okay.
really funny. I highly recommend. I asked him if he was going to bring that to the Oilers. He said he didn't really know his teammates well enough yet.
That's fair.
Yeah, but the other thing that he really loves is Emily in Paris. And
Trying to get Tommy to watch it.
God.
Yeah. Okay.
you haven't seen it at
I
all
love
yet?
what a
No, I
man to
keep
say.
hearing
What
about
that's
it.
a man right there.
I
Yeah.
know, that's exactly what I was saying. And
Yeah.
like he's like really in on Emily's love interests and like trying to help her find like the best match. He also like
Oh my.
he has a group chat about it.
That's
Him and his friends.
unreal.
I know.
Thank you for admitting that.
Yeah, he's really big on this. There's videos of him like out there like talking with his friends about her bangs, because you know when she gets bangs, I think it's the second season that she gets them. Anyway, you can find
No,
them all on YouTube.
please tell me more. Yeah. Or his opinion.
Yeah, I was just like, I love that this person is secure enough to talk about how much he likes Emily in Paris. He wants her to be happy, and he thinks that Marcello is just a great match.
Yeah, that's
Is this a reality show?
No, it's a 30-minute episode on Netflix.
I can't.
There's 4 seasons. It's such an easy watch.
It is.
No.
It's great.
No, you
We
and
need
Jeff
more-
Skinner and
We need
you
more
guys can enjoy
episodes
it.
immediately, because it's just such a good. It's like Lizzie McGuire, but for adults. It's so good.
Hey, all right.
I didn't watch Lizzie McGuire, but
I know who Lizzie McGuire is.
Yeah.
I love how you're talking about shows. Are you? Because I was gonna ask you near the end, but it's all good that I ask you now. So, do you have any? What are you watching right now?
Oh, I'm in a dead spot because I tried to save Emily in Paris. Like I tried to be precious with it and not binge it. And now that it's over, there's nothing else that I like.
It's over?
Well, no, it's just like
it's a new season.
It'll
Sorry,
take like
I apologize.
Sheesh.
it'll take a full year for the next season
Oh
to come
my.
out. Like there's only 10 episodes a season. It should have like 20. It deserves it.
Yeah,
It's so
considering
good.
it's 30 minutes long.
Yeah, exactly. Give us more. So now there's nothing, but I am waiting for the link to the new Amazon documentary, the hockey one.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to watch that.
What's the name of that one?
I can't remember.
Because they're starting. I keep talking about the starting 5 with the NBA players with the 5.
Yeah, can't remember what the name of it is. But
Power play, I don't know.
I wish I just wrote it down. I'm gonna.
It's 6 episodes, right?
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
I think I have it written here.
What is it? I can't remember.
It's called Inside the NHL.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
So basic. Come
Very
on, people.
straightforward.
There we go.
Yeah.
The most basic ass title. Okay.
Yeah. Not
go.
starting off on the greatest note, but I thought that clip was very compelling.
yeah. You were there the whole cup final.
Yeah, but I wasn't in the room when he was.
I know. Good point. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
I didn't actually know that he had that much intensity. But you probably do. You know.
Yeah, but someone told me before the preview trailer came out that we would see Connor in a way that might change people's opinion of him.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then that clip came out. I'm like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was.
Oh, in a good way. Like that made me like I like that.
He
clip.
does care.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I've known him, like I've heard him blow up a couple times when I
really?
was traveling with
Yeah,
him.
I figured.
You're around the room more and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, but not like that. Not.
Yeah,
not
that
like
was bold. Yeah.
Good.
So,
I mean,
yeah, I'm
you want to
gonna
win
watch-
it all.
Yeah. I'm going to watch that over the weekend, I think.
It comes out right away?
Comes out next week.
Oh, perfect. Just in
Yeah.
time for the season. How about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
There's a new Peaky Blinders movie coming out.
Is there actually?
Yeah.
Now that I would watch.
Yeah,
I love Peaky Blinders.
It's going to be called The Immortal Men.
As long as Thomas Shelby and
Yeah.
his brothers and that whole story is
Yeah.
happening, I'm in.
Yeah, so they released that yesterday, that news.
When's
so,
that coming out?
I think next year still. I'm not too sure.
What a show.
Yeah.
What a show.
I actually never got into Peaky Blinders. But
It's hard. You got to pick up the accent.
You gotta put the subtitles on.
Yeah.
I personally need that, like I don't really understand the jargon.
It's a certain cadence that like an older.
So you want to read it.
British, yeah.
Pay attention.
I just want to relax. You know.
That's why Emily in Paris is a good show.
Oh, good. I've been watching Only Murders in the Building.
That's a great show.
I like it.
I started the first season. It's good.
Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Martin
It's
Short.
won so many awards. You got to give it a chance.
Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
Salina.
What an interesting
Selena
combination. But like,
Yeah.
It really works though.
yeah, they were presenting an award together not long ago, and
The Emmys?
Was that what it was?
Yeah, it was.
Steve Martin and Martin Short were just ripping each other, and Selena Gomez
So
couldn't
funny.
stop laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, that was good.
Yeah. Great chemistry.
That show I would check out.
A lot of people are giving suggestions. Fallout, great show. You love that show.
Amazing.
Yeah, great show.
What is it?
Fallout. It's based on a video game, but it's like it's part of the story of it, the canon, but it takes it in. It's a different vault. I've never played Fallout. I knew that it was like a real world all RPG type of game, and then I watched the show and I was like, this is crazy, and I'm hooked. Like Last of Us, I'm
Maybe
looking
I'll
forward to.
give it
Yeah, they're also talking about Last of Us. Last of Us is
So
unreal.
good, so
Except
good.
now it's shot in Vancouver.
Boo.
Boo.
Yeah, I thought the cast really liked coming to Edmonton. They said a lot of good things about it.
Yeah, you bet.
It's
They love
not bad.
Banff and
They took over my street and my pub.
Dang.
I know.
Kelly's. They took over Kelly's.
They were right out front. Yeah.
That's your pub? I've spent some nights there.
Well, I don't really go outside of my 1 kilometer radius.
Okay, maybe
Outside
I'll
of coming to the
I
studio.
might
Yeah.
be there
Or
one
being
day.
on
It was like
location.
Kelly's, Burdog.
I
Ice
don't see
House.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ice House. Yeah.
Fox Coffee. All those good spots.
Okay.
Kelly's actually, they have really good specials. I was just there too.
They do.
Last month, I think. Yeah.
There's a lot to like in downtown Edmonton.
They had a speed dating going on inside.
I
Yeah.
want to go to a speed dating thing. I just decided last week. I was talking to one of my girlfriends. She's like, "Have you ever been?" I'm never gone, and it's the only thing I haven't tried. So I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to do speed dating." Have you? Did it look awkward when you were watching it?
Yeah, let's just say
Okay, that's not
the
promising.
server was very kind
Oh, no.
and told me to sit outside the patio because people were wearing, and I don't mind this.
Oh.
They were wearing like masks and stuff.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not saying I don't know. I
Sounds
can't
kinky.
judge, right? I just had to go to the
Sure.
bathroom when I
Yeah,
saw everybody,
yeah,
just very
I don't wanna
sexy
do
in there.
It was sexy in there. Okay.
But let's just say
Doesn't
maybe
sound
not.
like there must have been like
Maybe not our type
a
of
certain
group.
demographic
That-
of speed
yeah.
dating. Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of speed dating throughout the city.
Okay. Yeah, I want to go to one, but I need to pick the right one apparently. Okay, now I'm nervous. God, I'm not going to go to speed dating anymore. Talk me out of
So
it.
Kelly's, I love this.
Great sports bar.
But it was cool. I don't know. It was cool. Good for those people. I hope they somebody fell in love.
Okay, Jasmine, any other topics that I know you always send me a list. You're always well prepared.
I'm
But where should we
chilling.
go? This has been very good.
Chilling. I like that
go
flag
all over the
football.
place.
I'm gonna
Like that
review
was
the
my
list I
big
sent you and see if we talked about everything. I think I brought it all up.
Did you bring it all up? Okay,
Forgot to all of it.
Jasmine, you had a huge list yesterday when we got to like
I
one
did,
thing.
but it's all like it's like NBA. It's like Vince Carter.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So as you know, Vince Carter's jersey is going to be retiring, which is going to happen against Sacramento Kings. I wish Maddie was here so I could chirp him because he doesn't know jack all about Sacramento.
I've been
light
there.
the beam.
Right.
Like you know, light the beam, right?
Yes.
Thank
Absolutely.
the Lord. Okay. Tommy
Go
doesn't.
on.
Okay. So if we were to build, we were to build a statue, okay, in Toronto, who would it be? Would it be Vince Carter? Would it be Lowry? Or would it be Kawhi?
You can't give it to Kawhi. Not for like almost a full season with his
Sorry,
maintenance
everybody's
days. Like
Kawhi's another topic
And
we should
after
talk about
the
too.
Kawhi and Dynam thing, and then he still left.
Yeah.
Remember how hard Toronto tried to get him to stay?
Yeah.
Like, the people of Toronto were just like, their hearts were like, we'll take you, and then he left.
You know,
For what reason? Nothing good, just to be closer to his family.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Screw
important.
the family.
Whatever.
Important.
No, I will say that he did give us a championship, so to me it was fine. It was, but
Yeah, he did what he
Could have
set
given you
out.
2.
But he technically should have stayed one more year. It wasn't. But then look at how many, his injury thing with the Clippers. He hardly plays. He's not even practicing right now.
I feel so okay.
He had surgery yeah.
Was he a Jerry West? Like, was that like Jerry West fingerprints on bringing him to the Clippers?
I don't know.
Okay.
Like,
I don't know.
would assume. I don't know.
Okay, because I used to feel bad because Jerry West was like consulting for them.
Right.
And I thought that Kawhi might have been the reason that he been one of his things. And I used to feel bad because it just like didn't work out. And I always used to feel like secondhand embarrassment.
You feel like that?
Yeah,
Clippers?
I did. Yeah.
But like they have a new building and they're
now.
getting out of the Lakers shadow.
Isn't he
You
not
like the Clippers?
I think that's what I'm admitting. I think it's like it buried in my heart, but
I've
do
gone
like
to
the
a
Clippers.
Clippers game.
The games are great. They have
I-
a super fan, Clipper Daryl, who's at every game. His chirps are so good. He beats all the other players, like the funniest chirps ever. I can't do them justice, but he has like 3 go-to ones that he always uses.
Okay.
Yeah, and they have like a lot of
Clipper Daryl?
yeah, Clipper
Yeah.
Daryl. They have some cool celebrity fans. I'm pretty sure Billy Crystal is a big Clipper fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's usually the Lakers game you see them, right?
Right. Yeah.
Well, maybe he's maybe no. Maybe,
You might be right though. I just Billy Crystal's not the first
He
celebrity
might
comes
be
to
a
mind.
Lakers fan who just comes to every Lakers game, even the Clippers ones. That would make sense.
he loves basketball.
That makes sense. Yeah, he just loves basketball. Okay, but Bob Iger, who is the CEO of Disney.
He's a
big
Clippers guy.
Big Clippers guy.
Does he have money invested in the Clippers?
I think he used to be like neighbors with the Clippers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but doesn't matter.
But if he sticks with them,
yeah,
then
he's
it's all
supporting
good.
them. Yeah. He used to be neighbors with Chris Paul, I believe.
Who just
I used to love
retired,
Chris
right?
Paul.
Yeah.
That guy just can't win a championship.
Yeah.
I would say the statue should be for Lowry.
I think Vince Carter. Vince Carter helped he was in that era where basketball was the Raptors sucked, the Grizzlies sucked, and then all of a sudden he had the slam dunk competition. The Raptors started making the playoffs a little bit. T-Mac was there, Junkyard Dog, I remember. And all of a sudden basketball kind of started to become cool in Canada, and he was like the first introduction to that, I think. Because do you remember when the Raptors and Grizzlies came in and it was like, oh yeah, they suck, who cares? And yeah, I think it was the Carter era that really made basketball cool in Canada, got everything going.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
And then unfortunately the Grizzlies moved, but
Yeah.
I agree. I think if you're making a statue, sorry, I feel like I can't talk. There's like something in my throat. But
Do you need a long
you
drink?
have water or a long drink or coffee. Yeah.
and cough. Okay. That's better. I think if you're making a statue, it has to be like something historic, like to deserve a statue. And I think that Vince Carter does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair argument. Lowry as well won.
But maybe in
This is
20
true.
years.
Yeah.
Maybe in 20 years.
And Lowry's still, did he retire? He's still playing.
No, he's still playing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
it's
Vince
too early.
Carter, it's this, right? Or like the dunk or something like that.
Yeah.
You'd have to do.
Yeah, fair
It's
point.
over.
Sorry, I'm just reading the nasty chat.
What do you got? Anything good?
People are going for Vince Carter.
I'm with them for
Yeah.
Vince Carter.
You have to be.
I just like
a-
Lowry's
to be a
booty.
legend.
Okay.
He'll get his own like statue, but it just needs to take some time.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, maybe 15 years.
Did you know, apparently, according to the nasty chat, or no, text line, Clipper Daryl has sexual harassment situations.
What? No, not him. Are you kidding me? Nobody is safe. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's
Don't be a creep.
Jolene's face.
I'm sorry. I'm
She's
sorry.
actually really rattled.
I've had to cancel so many people in my own mind, like R. Kelly. I used to love Ignition, remix to Ignition.
And you don't listen to it at all?
I can't anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Obviously,
too
Diddy.
hard.
And we're not talking about Diddy.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
We-
You
we
don't want to
won't
talk about Diddy.
talk
Sean
about
Bell's
Diddy.
all over that. He
I
loves
thought, okay. I mean, we have to talk about the SA stuff, but like, as far as all his connections and whatnot, that's pretty wild.
Oh, my God.
It's just unraveling.
But then the Clipper Daryl? Are you freaking kidding me? I need to see this. I need to see the article.
You're going to deep dive because that's the journalistic
I will deep dive. I won't.
passion. And
I won't
that's
believe it
ingrained in
until
you.
I see it. I
Yeah.
need someone to verify it for me. but that's depressing if it's true.
2 sources, please and thank you.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Have you been following like the Drake and Kendrick beef?
No,
Kind of ish?
well, I mean, have you read Tom Hanks's son's like synopsis of it?
A while ago.
So funny.
Yeah.
Colin Hanks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He summarized it and it was so good, and like that's what I think of every time I think of the beef.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it still happening? The beef between Kendrick and?
Yes, it is. It's not finished.
Oh boy. And everybody's on Kendrick Lamar's team, right? They're kind of against Drake. Am I seeing this right? I saw a thing on The Daily Show. And
Yeah, I thought Drake decisively lost.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah.
I'm Team Drake, but it's kind of complicated.
Okay.
Basically, it's actually very complicated. This is like a whole 2-hour hangout thing that we have to talk about. But what sums it up is Kendrick doesn't respect Drake's rapping. Okay. And he also believes in rap battles. So this is just part of the culture, part of the art, right? It's also unfair that he lives in, or is from Compton. And all these people like Serena Williams and such and DeMar Rosen, like they're all like sticking up for him because of, they're Compton people, right? Yeah. So it's a little biased, and Drake is Canadian. And Drake is soft in like his lyrics. And like he has like...
His name is Aubrey.
He's got that disadvantage.
But yeah, like he has like soft songs, but that's why I like him as well. I love Drake. But Kendrick's unreal. I love Kendrick too. So, but going back to that. So there's a rumor that just started that they're saying that Kendrick is performing at the Super Bowl. They're saying Kendrick is going to bring out Lil Wayne, but he's also going to bring out Drake.
Whoa, that
would blow my mind.
And then they have a fist fight on stage.
Oh, no, that'd be so sick.
Just a rap battle.
That'd be so sick.
What is this? The
PWHL giving the green light to the ladies to just absolutely crush each other. They need to allow body contact and checking in the PWHL. I hope they allow that.
They're going to allow it in our 6-week league. So if you want to see some real body contact and some fights, Jasmine and I are going to have a proper fight.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right. I like this.
The last game. We can invite Tom out.
But we need your skating to be up to snuff. Let's start there.
It's going to need a little bit of work.
It's going to need some work. Okay, as we continue and roll along here on the EST Hangout, Tom Gazzola, Jolene Latimer from The Score, and Jasmine Sidhu with you today. Text us at the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. Nasty chat. Keep being nasty. You guys have been nasty to me about my shorts the last couple of days. I think it's funny. Don't worry, no hurt feelings. I also want to point out that we've got the 2024 Tailgate Chili Cook-Off. It's the second annual event happening on October 5th at the Edmonton Elks Tailgate Party. It's presented by the Elks Herd and Turf District. Head down to Lot B outside of Commonwealth Stadium 3 hours before the game to vote for your favorite chili. Great prizes from local businesses. We're going to have some EST stuff we're going to be giving out. You Need a Barbecue is also involved. And this year's contest, the biggest one yet. There will be 25 traditional chilies, Jolene, and 5 vegetarian chilies to make sure that if you're not eating meat, you can try some chilies. And then the 30 participants will be asked to provide a couple ounces of chili to each fan that wants to vote and taste. And then once all the chilies have been tasted, voters will then go to stall 182 to vote for their favorite chili, and then the trophy presentation and winners will be announced. The winners will be announced the following week with the trophy presentation, prize handout on October 25th. So that's going to be great, especially as the weather turns.
That is kind of a bombshell that you just dropped. I did not know that you guys are hosting a chili competition.
We're helping to present it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who's hosting it?
It is Turf District and Elks Herd Friends of EST.
Wow.
Yep, they did this last year. It went over very well. I was talking to some of the participants from last year at the tailgate last week, and they were saying we need to bring more chili. You're gonna have to start making it 2-3 days in advance. Want to make sure everybody that's hungry, if it's cold that day, gets something to warm them up and to taste to put in their ballot for the vote. This has become a big thing. I love the community that has grown and developed naturally through the tailgate party, which is presented by and brought in by the Spirit of Edmonton.
Yeah, I need to go through the tailgate area.
It's awesome. It is so good. Such a good vibe.
Yeah. So are you entering a chili?
No, I don't know how to cook.
I was gonna ask you guys.
can
I know
learn how
you
to
don't, which is weird that you don't like to
Yeah.
cook.
What do you eat?
Stuff that other people
Kelly's.
make. Sometimes. I literally live across the street from a grocery store and about 1 million restaurants, pubs, and coffee shops. I love sandwiches.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, maybe you could try to come up with a chili recipe.
Absolutely not.
It's a big challenge.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
I wouldn't
not.
trust it either if he's trying to
Yeah.
put it
Yeah,
this
I
time.
wouldn't. Thank you, Jasmine. I 100% agree. I do have a slow cooker. I could try it, but I have no interest in it. I like to dabble and try everybody else's chili. I like how people have variations, their own little spin on chili. I would love to try Joaquin Gage's chili. Matt Cassian, who loves to smoke succulent meats on his smoker.
Does he put that in his chili?
He might. I don't. If Cass was getting involved, Cass might be getting involved. His dad's.
I feel like you know what's up.
I need.
Yeah.
Well, I need a new chili recipe, and this has actually been on my mind for the last week or so. And I've actually been Googling it quite a bit to find a good chili recipe. It just seems like everything out there is the same.
Yeah,
So-
the basics, right?
Yeah, it's
but
too
that's the
similar.
technique that comes into it,
Maybe.
right?
But now with 25 chilies to sample, I might find one I like.
True that.
Yeah.
5 vegetarian
So
chilies.
30 chilies total.
30 chilies total.
So 25 you're gonna try.
Yeah, well, and traditional
in a
chili, Texas chili,
Just kidding.
no beans. Texas chili, traditional chili, no
And
beans.
I know, because Matt will die on that hill.
Well, he's probably yelling at the screen.
I know.
Yeah, when I make chili, I just dump a bunch of stuff in and then hope for the best. But I want an actual proper recipe.
Does the component of bread and butter also count? Because that has to
can do
amplify.
without- I can do without the bread or
Like
the
the
toast.
cornbread?
Yeah, no, I'm
What?
good.
No.
I can't.
Oh.
I'll order like 2 breads if I have to.
You can have mine.
Done.
I'll give it to you.
I love
Is
that.
Matt entering a chili? Is there going
He
to
should.
be
Great question.
EST
With
chili?
no beans.
No bean. There would be no beans in
That's
his.
fine.
'cause
I'm
he
with him on
stands
that.
by traditional
I think, yeah,
Texas
that-
chili.
Do you
Yeah, I'm
like
with him
do you
on
like
that.
heat?
Yeah, I do.
I like zip, not heat.
Yeah, that's a
What's
good way
zip?
to put it.
What's zip?
Yeah.
Not overbearing heat.
Like a pinch.
Just give me a zip.
Teensy bit, yeah.
That thing's got some zip on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that.
don't want to have to like compensate
Yeah, I don't wanna
with,
be
with
going,
bread or anything like that.
Yeah, like clearly my background is Indian, so I like some spice.
Yeah.
Right? Even like I don't like hot wings. It hurts to eat them.
Yeah.
Hot wings?
Yeah, it hurts.
If they're way too hot, then YTT YouTube Trev's stomach lining was burned by the hot wing
God.
challenge at Hudson's.
No way.
Yeah, a few
that's-
years ago.
That's what's that called? An ulcer? He got an ulcer.
You got something.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's how soft his stomach is.
That's a soft stomach. Maybe you can make
He's
this
a
like
soft boy. He's a nice boy.
Yeah,
as
I
we
love
know.
him. I'll
Yeah.
That
defend him
says more about
forever.
his stomach than it does about the heat. I think.
You need heat though, or
Yeah, I like
Yeah, it needs a
zip.
little
things are bland.
Yeah, I
right.
agree.
No, a little
If you're
spice.
scared of heat, you need to put a little bit in, and don't worry, your tummy will get used to
To
it.
adjust.
Yeah.
The hot wing challenge at Hudson's. We're going to be back there on location for select
Tomorrow.
those pre and post game shows. Tomorrow
Tomorrow's
we are
the
at
watch
Century
party.
Casino.
Yeah. Oh my bad.
For the watch party. Everyone's invited.
Good, I'll
Come on down. Food specials, 6 o'clock lager. The Reed Wilkins show with Jay Milne will be going live from 3 to 6. And that will be followed by the Green and Gold kickoff show with Maddie and Milne. This text comes in and says, look for Tommy's grilled cheese stand at the chili cook-off. I don't know how to make grilled cheese.
Are you serious, Tom?
Yeah.
You do not make any.
Get outta here.
This doesn't surprise me. This
You
doesn't
don't-
surprise me at all, but it does disappoint me a little bit.
Do your brothers cook?
I don't know. I don't ask them. My brother Paul kind of does.
Because
He makes stuff.
my brother, like, he cooks. I cook.
I can make like scrambled eggs, fried egg sandwich.
Yeah, like
My-
like 12-year-olds can make that.
yeah, but that's what I
I have
mean.
the cooking
How do you not
skills
know how to
of
make
a
a grilled
12-year-old.
cheese sandwich?
I've never done
so
it,
bad.
and I
Probably
choose
make, you
not
could
to.
probably
Have,
make a cheesy quesadilla though. Put that in the.
oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
I've done like fajitas, burritos. Like I can do. I've tried a soup before. I've done on my slow cooker. I've done like pulled pork, but this was
so-
years ago, and now
Yes.
I stopped trying.
I was like, oh, okay, so
Yeah,
you do
yeah.
cook. And he said, this is years
I
ago.
tried.
It's not like he has like 3
tried.
recipes he can go to.
Yeah.
He's like he's tried things once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want to do this again.
You know
I
what?
did it.
I would
Just
never.
so curious what your weekly food intake is.
It's all eating out then, right?
Essentially, yeah.
Oh,
It's wild.
Oh,
Yeah.
We got to work on that.
My mom, for a Polish lady, does great Italian food. She makes phenomenal sauce, and she'll like make a big batch and freeze it and give it to my brothers. So
Yeah,
My mom does that too.
I thought that's what
Yeah.
I thought that's what was going on.
Yeah,
Your mom
so-
is making your
And that's all. That's
absolutely.
That's fine because that's my mom does that too. She did. Yeah.
My mom,
Yeah.
actually, my mom was listening and she just texted me and she's like, "I thought my chili is your favorite."
Aw.
I know, and it is, Mom. Your chili is my
Entered in
favorite.
contest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you should enter.
So you cook?
Yeah, but not very well. I'm actually almost as bad as Tom. Good
No,
guy.
you're
right.
not.
Solidarity.
I'm giving you a hard time.
No,
and I'm
that's
right
fine.
there.
I totally deserve to be called out. Joelle says if you're making a chili, use turkey ground meat. Ground meat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
You
what
don't
I
like turkey. I
I
love
don't
turkey.
Listen,
Me and
I'll
Maddie
eat
love turkey.
but we'll have turkey for Thanksgiving and Christmas. But if I had to choose between a delicious ham or turkey or like a roast beef, I'm not going with the turkey.
I agree. It's a dry meat.
Yeah.
Whoa, you too?
And the flavor
What up?
just doesn't do anything for me.
Put cranberry sauce on it.
I'll
and
have
gravy.
some
Gravy.
and I'll drench it in gravy. And
Yeah.
It's
I'm a bit-
healthy.
Take more turkey. I had enough turkey.
I'm not a turkey person. I actually been advocating to take it out of our Christmas.
That's wild
I
because
would
you
do
said
the
you
same
skipped
thing.
that.
I just
wow.
skip it. I don't want it.
I didn't know that I was the odd man out here.
The last couple of years,
Yeah.
we've done lobster on Christmas Day, and then we never do meat on Christmas Eve. So
Yeah, my parents, the family does like the meatless, and I'll still like go get a doner or something.
yeah,
Like,
so
I
sacrilegious.
can't do it to myself.
So sacrilegious.
Yeah. My mom will be like, "We're not supposed to." I'm like, "You're not supposed to. I'm going with the meat today." Yeah,
I would do this.
yeah. I'm having a delicious doner today.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got 10 minutes. Any other topics, or what do we want to get into? What are we watching today? Are we getting into a little Thursday night football action?
this Thursday
Jasmine,
night
anything
football
tickle your
today.
fancy? Jolene, any other topics? What are you working on? Story? You got the Jeff Skinner story coming up.
Yeah, that story didn't turn out as well as I wanted
No.
to. I feel like I can admit that on the air. So it's becoming a Q&A, and it will probably be released tomorrow, maybe next week. I'm working on a really cool story. I almost I don't like sharing my stories,
Well,
but
if you need to embargo it. But like, can you at least give us something that?
yeah, I'm working on a story. Just like I was thinking, it's kind of sad. No, we probably don't want to end on this note. But I was thinking about, everyone's doing season previews right now
Yes,
for hockey.
correct.
And one of the themes of the season is that, it's kind of like a season of grief because people are dealing with this Johnny Gaudreau stuff, and that doesn't go away after 1 week of grieving.
Fair
That
point.
kind of sticks with you. So I was wondering, like, throughout hockey history, who else has dealt with this? And I've been talking to some people who were on the Sabres when Tim Horton died.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So he died in a car accident. Don't know if you know that.
Yes.
Coming back from Toronto to Buffalo after a game. And those guys, that just hit them incredibly hard. They had to play that day that he died.
Wow.
And that was in the middle of the season. He died in February. So I've just been talking to a few of the people who were on that team about how they dealt with that and when the grief lifted for them and how they worked through it as a team together and if it affected their play and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
So, yeah,
That was early 70s, correct?
mid, I think.
Mid-70s.
It might have been 1974.
Okay.
But maybe I'm wrong. I don't exactly know the date.
So we've just got to the 50-year mark.
Yes, it will. It'll be the 50-year. It was the 50-year mark in February. You're
Wow.
right. Yeah.
So, and I mean, I don't want to give away too much of your story because it's going to be a very fascinating
I think it'll be
story,
a good story.
obviously.
Yeah.
But like, can you still sense, or did you get a feeling like these guys are still feeling grief, or did you like uncover, dig up some old lingering sadness from these guys? Because they've got to be in their 70s and 80s now.
Yeah, I actually talked to somebody who, it sounded like he was crying on the phone. It sounded like he was getting tearful.
Wow.
Yeah, because they were really good friends. They played together through like a lot of their career. Yeah, and he just said it was devastating the morning that it happened. His wife answered the phone and he just talked about just the dread of that phone call, like a phone call that just kind of interrupts you in the middle of your sleep with bad news. And it was so shocking. He just couldn't barely believe it. And then I think that he said that day they went to morning skate, but they didn't skate. And they just all kind of hung out and they were crying and figuring out what to do and should they play. And they played, but a lot of guys were crying on the ice while they were playing.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and that kind of stayed with him. It's something that just doesn't go away. And so he said when he heard the news about Johnny, it kind of just brought back everything for him because it was so similar.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's triggering. And back then, the resources weren't necessarily available to you for mental health and therapy. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I know today it is
different.
outstanding care, right?
Yeah.
That especially athletes and their families are going to get. But
yeah, it was a totally different climate back then. So, and you know, it wasn't like now. I feel like if somebody died the day of a game, you know, it might be a question of if you like maybe the game would be postponed.
I would think so.
Yeah.
do you think people want to get it off their minds to play? Like, oh, he would have wanted this.
That was what they thought then. That's why they played. But now I feel like that's kind of like the climate's kind of changed to where they'd be like, hey, let's give it like a moment to breathe or whatever.
Yeah, postpone it.
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
yeah, they played, but he said it really impacted the team. Like they didn't make the playoffs. They were kind of like on the brink. They didn't make the playoffs, and they just lost the heart of their team.
Yeah. Well, hockey's had a bunch. Gaudreau recently, Humboldt, obviously, Swift Current back in the day, and then the third string goalie in Columbus a couple of years ago. That was a freak accident with the fireworks.
Yeah.
Pelly Lindbergh with the Flyers in the 80s. I think the Oilers were about to play, or they were playing Philadelphia at the time. Tim Horton.
The Red
Bill
Wings.
Barilko.
Limo crash.
Yes.
Yes, a sad one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another one.
Yeah.
Steve Chason. There's been a bunch.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It's not every day that an active player dies, but it does kind of add up over time. There's these little stories here and there.
Yeah.
So I was just interested, like, you know, because I remember when Kobe died, I interviewed Doc River. I was at the press conference that Doc Rivers game, gave the next game back.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And he said, like, yeah, the time for official grief is over, but grief doesn't work that way, and it just keeps bubbling up, and you could be dealing with it for so long, but you kind of have to put that aside and play.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking about how Doc said that, and that's why I wanted to do this story, because we have like a time for official grief, and now we're getting to the season, it's starting, and you know, people are expecting things to kind of go back to normal, but your emotions don't really work like that.
No. That's
So
fair.
yeah, so I was wondering what people in all these situations have dealt with, and it happened that I had a connection to the Tim Horton people, so it's kind of where the story went, is to them.
Someone texting Kobe Cave. Yeah, that's a good one. Christian's Pelch was another one. Yeah, there's been a bunch.
Yeah.
In football, you see it more often, unfortunately.
Yeah. And it's tough because it's so shocking, because you never expect any of your friends to die, especially a very healthy athlete, especially, you know, an active player and all that. So it's so shocking. And then you have to go right back to work. And yeah, I think it's tough. So I'm curious what we could learn from people who've gone through it.
That's going to be a fascinating article. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything like more cheerful
Happy?
and positive that we could end that you're working on?
Let me think. Well, you know, I interviewed a friend of ours.
Who?
Andrew Hamilton.
Hammy.
Yeah. He's in Australia. So our friend Andrew played hockey in Australia, and I was curious. I'm doing a longer story. It's like taking forever to report about the rising cost of minor hockey, and if it's necessary to pay for all these camps and showcases and academies, like it can get really ridiculous.
Super
but parents are
expensive.
mortgaging their homes to put their kids into hockey, and kids burn out, and also like a lot of the kids who are really good aren't paying for those programs. They're getting them for free. So the ones who are paying are maybe like not, like they might not, they probably don't have a future in professional hockey. So I'm doing this long story on it. But I wanted somebody who had like gone through hockey and then found a joy and love for the game later in life. So I think Andrew's so cool because he's in his 30s and he's playing in Australia.
Yes.
Just for the fun of it.
Met in Aussie. I think he's wanting to stay there. I think he's coming back soon though.
For Christmas, he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I met an Australian go.
Yeah, and he said he's going to try to play again next season. He's just having fun playing hockey, which is what it's all about. It's so hard to keep people involved in sport. And I think it's cool when you can just find a love for the game that kind of like takes you through life, no matter what level you play at or what's going on in your life. You still kind of have this love for the game. So that's basically my story, is the love of the game.
That I like. I look forward to reading that one as well. He's
More
always
upbeat.
working on
it's
something.
More upbeat.
What do you got as we wind things down? Any final thoughts?
No, I said this yesterday. I was like, life is so short. You can have it all, right? But then you don't. And so, appreciate your days. And when I wake up in the morning, I always talk about this, but I lost my dog at 16 years old this summer. And like when I was happy, I think about how grateful I was to have him. And then, so when he passed, I was like, I need to change my mind once I grieved it. And like, I'm still grieving, but I'm still like, I'm so thankful for my parents. I'm so thankful for my brother. I'm so thankful for the Oilers. Like, legit, I'm so thankful that we're going to win a goddamn cup this year.
Are you thankful, though, for the short shorts?
I am, because the nasties kill me.
Oh, my God. We started.
Full circle, baby.
I will be thankful.
That's how you weave and write a story. You thread a common theme through it. That's a program.
You guys are gonna miss those shorts. That's probably
and
the fall coming. Or fall is here.
He's never gonna have the confidence to wear them again.
I will always wear those shorts. I had shorts for a little while, but I would never wear those on air. Yeah, jean shorts.
You better not.
Yep. Wow, what a tremendous show. We've talked about so many great things.
You bet.
When my shorts included. Jolene, fantastic as always.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Well, we'll bring you in again.
You always say that.
And we always
you keep
do it.
doing it, yeah.
Yeah, last time you were on, that was like a epic
You invited
day.
me to this, like, and it was up, not our show, but the location was up for Location of the Year at the Estes.
Yes, it was.
And I was just like, that was the one that I was at. I can't believe it.
That was a tremendous day of programming.
You really surprised me with that one.
Thanks.
Yes.
I give Awanik all the credit on that one.
Well, he had asked me to do the hangout like the day before or something, and then he was like, oh, by the way, it'll be, at Commonwealth. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, we had to switch it up on the fly.
I don't know if I'm ready for that. And then they gave me a headset, and I was like, oh my God, now I have a headset. This is so professional. I'm really stressed.
This is so professional. What are we, clowns?
What is this, a center for ants?
It really worked out. And you know what you did that day? That we still have 5 minutes, right? Okay,
we have a couple minutes, yeah.
I'm feeling for you.
No.
You did something that I thought was very, very like experienced broadcaster.
What?
So I was just talking to this woman, Andrea Joyce, and I like worked with her, and she's done like 17 Olympics, and I was like, what's your number one tip for like junior broadcasters? And she was like, you should always tell the audience what you're seeing. And I was like, okay, I got to remember that, because sometimes you get so focused on remembering your question and trying to fit a story together and all this. And then when we were there, you did exactly that, because the lighting was not good. It was backlit.
It was totally backlit. If I was there earlier, I would have told them, we got to move it. Anyway.
But you were waiting for me. I made you late. No,
all good.
But then you turned around and you told the audience what you were seeing. And I was like, wow, Tom is pretty good at this.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joel.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, learned something from you.
I'm happy to provide. You guys are pretty good at this. Jasmine, final words to you.
I was going to say thank you, Jolene, for your calming voice.
Oh, yeah, anytime.
I love your knowledge of sports. I love ladies in sports, and thank you.
She's a good one.
With you. Oh, she's
You're a good one, too.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, absolutely tremendous.
Trevi's here.
YouTube Trev, that's our cue. It's been a fun show, as always. Jasmine, great work this week. Are you coming out to Century Casino tomorrow?
I probably am.
Yes, Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. It will be the Elks Bombers.
It's so hot in here. Did you say it smells nice in here? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Big thank you to Jolene Latimer from The Score. Jasmine, great job co-hosting. Thank you for making it easy for me this week.
Thank you to make it easy for me, I guess.
Oh, it was great.
And Jolene
Lots of fun.
today.
Lots of laughs.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah,
lots of fun.
Always.
That's going to do it for the EST Hangout for today. Maddie is back tomorrow. Coming up next, it is the Lock Shop. Dusty standing by. I know Huss is in Montreal, so it's going to be a great show. Then, of course, EST Afternoons with Joaquin Gage. Hernan Salas sounds like he's back in studio. That's great. And then, of course, we wrap up the day with The Reed Wilkins Show with Jay Milne. For Jolene and Jasmine, I'm Tom saying thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you later.
Let's go.
There you go, right in front of the camera.
First-time guest, long-time listener, fan of the original draft commissioner.
Welcome to the EST Hangout presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. The difference is clear. Matt Awanik, Tom Gazzola with here, joining us today.